All right, guys, we're going to be doing a King Crom InkStream. This will probably be like one of the last ones. And then the rest I'll probably do one or two, like this one and another one. And then that'll be it on the piece. Right now I'm going to start cleaning up some of the erasers, or some of the graphite, if you will. Cleaning that up a little bit and drinking some coffee. It's my Friday night, pretty much. So get to sleep a little bit tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Got a big day. Finally figured out my problem with my inking. Not my inking, my letters on Clip Studio. It all had to do with the dimensions of the page. So I'm trying to fix the dimensions of my comic, but also letter the book at the same time. So I'm kind of looking at the approach about how I want the artwork to look inside the comic. So it's a kind of a challenge, but I think I'm figuring out the way I want it. Yeah. So right now I'll get the eraser. We'll start cleaning this up. Still keeping my head open for inspiration and different tweaks on this piece if I want. But yeah, like right now we're just going to clean up some of these eraser marks, get that going. Yeah. Just finished Order of the Dragon. Is that what it was? Last Conan story. It's pretty epic. Wow. It's an 8 hour I think it took 8 hours to listen to it. It's like got everything you could possibly want in it in one story. And it's fast, man. If you don't pay attention, a lot of stuff happens just in a matter of seconds. Got to really pay attention to that. Guitars. How you doing there? Thanks for subbing, man. I appreciate that. Now I'm cleaning up these monsters right here. I just finished the script for the first 9 pages of this book. I actually have the whole story written. It's like done like in a prose format. I wrote it like prose, but prose and comic book storytelling are two different things. So I want to take like a 20-page story and then, turn it into like a 30-page comic. So you got to add stuff and then take stuff out, like what's going to look good. And you got to end it on a cool note each chapter, because I plan on putting out 9 pages a year in the Crom Anthology. Yeah, right. These do look like the Morlocks a little bit. Yeah. I have a name for them, but I didn't want to reveal it just yet. So now I got the Morlocks, and I also got Blanca. Some people are saying that it looks like Blanca from Street Fighter. So there's that too. But their hair actually goes all the way up like that, and goes all the way down it grows out of their spine, comes up underneath, and it becomes like kind of like their underwear. But very like troglodyte-ish. Very what's the word? Neanderthalic, hominid. That's something that Howard would talk about a lot in his works. Yeah. Trying to find as much Howard as I can on audiobook as I can, because I just don't have the time to read, to pull the book out. Because I gotta draw and stuff. So let's see here. Do they have weapons? Hey, thanks for stopping by. Gooning for live. That's a funny name. Yeah. Well, they use these like rock shards right here, and out of their skin too. They have these like rocks kind of growing out of their skin. It's like a condition that they have. Yeah, they use these shanks. They got these little kind of shanks, crystal and obsidian and stuff like that. Nine, how you doing there? Everyone in this chat, there's always hope. Never give up on life, no matter how hard it is. You are needed. You are loved. You are valued. I know you. I don't know you, but I love you. Stay strong. Well, thanks, man. It's good to hear that. I've had a pretty rare week, man. It's been pretty rough over here for me, to be honest with you. And I didn't really want to stream tonight, but I kind of want to get my head out of the dumps, you know. Lost someone very dear to me this week, so I needed to take my mind off it, you know. How do you call a dog with no legs? A hot dog. Let's see here, Nicholas. Thanks again. Day New Ray, thanks for stopping by. Pushpinda, thanks for stopping by. What kind of painting is this? This is a pencil and ink picture of a scene out of a story I'm writing, and it's from King Crom, Crom the Barbarian. He's a public domain character. Anybody can use this character. It's public domain. So this right here, he's in his bedroom. He's getting attacked by these monsters. And more will be coming over the coming years. I'm going to have it in a story in an anthology that you guys can pick up whenever you want. And the first Crom Anthology is available now, too, on cromthebarbarian.com. Let's see here. Sorry, man, if you need to vent. Oh, no, it's okay. But thank you. I appreciate that. The more bad dreams I have. Where am I from? Oh, I'm from California. From LA County, you know. Long Beach, you know, LA area. Been here my whole life. 42 years. I'm 42 years young. And I'm making comic books and drawing, and I'm an artiste. See, the thing is, like, people wait for, you know, times to call themselves an artist. You know, it's either you are or you're not. You know, you just got to wake up one day and accept it. You know, you might be good, you might suck, but you're an artist or you're not. Just like a musician, like you might be playing punk or you might be playing syncorated jazz or classical or orchestrated music or punk rock or what have you. You're still a musician. You know, it is what it is. Some days you just got to wake up and realize that fact. Let's see. It looks like Blanca. Yeah, it does, right? They do look like Blancas. I ain't gonna lie. They're not going to be green skin, though. I tell you that. It's going to be black and white, but in the story, I described the skin tone and whatnot. Let's see here. Let's see. Thanks again for joining. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks, Pushpindra. I appreciate that. Amar Henderson, I'm interested to see your Berserk drawing. Oh, yeah, I've never drawn Berserk. Yeah. Crom walked so Conan could run. Yes, pretty much. Greetings from Argentina. Oh, thanks for stopping by. Sirtayaki. Appreciate that. Yeah, punk and jazz. Yeah, the thing is, like, Conan the Barbarian was the first barbarian, and the creator of Conan had passed away. And the writer, Gardner Fox, he was a pretty prolific writer for DC Comics. He created Hawkman and The Flash. He also created Batman's utility belt. He was an avid fan of Conan the Barbarian. So he went to the rights holder at the time, and the rights holder told him no. So he said, okay, well, I'm going to make my own character. I'm going to call him Crom, and I'm going to name him after Conan's god. So he went off to make 3 comic books. And now the character's in public domain, so all the Conan fans and Sword and Sorcery fans are out there, and they're getting, you know, to take their own stab at it. I want to do a Crom story where he was like in his, you know, 50s, maybe between his 40s and 60s, like an old Crom, and he's a king. You know, that way I don't step on anybody's toes, and people can write stories, you know, before it, after it. You know, anyone could do whatever they want, but I kind of wanted to make this type of story where it just took place where it didn't really step on anyone's toes, but kind of paid respect to certain people that have been working with Crom in the Crom community, like Bruegel and Fox. So trying to do that. I got Crom Jr. in this story. I wrote a pretty cool scene for him in the first 9 pages. That wasn't in the script either, and I put that into the comic book script just because it was organic and it went with it. And that's the difference between like a regular script, or a prose, and then a comic book script. You have to, page 1, panel 1. Crom comes out of this falls from the ceiling, cleaves a monster in the head. You have to say where everything's gonna be at, so like that. You can get really detailed with the camera angles and whatnot. So yeah, I love your drawing. So thank you, I appreciate that, and thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for hitting the liking and the subscribing. I appreciate you. Postanoy, sorry for my pronunciation. I apologize. Looks amazing. Thank you so much. Street Fighter character? No, these are these guys that let's just call them cave dwellers for now, without spoiling too much. I'll spoil a little more once I start dropping. I'm trying to hold the spoilers for as long as I can. Let's see here. The best Goku. I'm making my own universe too, but I'm not taking it that serious because my main use is making short videos. That's cool. This is danger. This is how dangerous these Hollywood characters of yours are. Best Goku. I will steal a lot of ideas from everything I like. Yeah, that's what everybody does. It's okay. The meme serpent 711. That's a cool number. That's my birthday, 711. Damn, this is something AI couldn't achieve. Damn good job, man. Well, thank you. I appreciated that, man. AI could do a lot. I use AI to like help me with like problem solving, but not for my writing or for my storytelling or anything like that. Like I use it for like a Google search. It's like I use Grok for like Google searches or Grok search. Is this Epson Workforce 7720 computer compatible with like an Android? Is it going to scan to an Android using Clip Studio Paint current version? And then it'll do the search, stuff like that. But yeah, no, that's that's cool, man. I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, AI. I have a video on AI. I think it's very powerful, and it can be very addicting if one were to start to use it. And it's easy to. It does a lot of work. It's very addicting. I think AI could be a drug. At this juncture, this point. And I've seen AI, like people do pretty badass, fucking awesome character designs too. But yeah, I've kind of talked about that in my like AI video over in my Metal Cartoonist Nuggets section. I got to start making some more Cartoonist Nuggets videos. Those that are like new to the channel or that are just like dropping by this channel, I do comic book reviews. I do live draw streams now, and then I also do like videos on how to make comic books and talk about art, and people that are coming up into the scene. Basically, just trying to like start a like a network of other cartoonists or artists, and give each other like tips, share tips, stuff like that. I'm pretty gray, but I'm also extremely green. So I just trying to share pretty much everything that I know. Almost everything, about 85% of everything I know. And some stuff, might be able to help somebody. I know, like when I first started coming into the scene and working on comics, like there was a lot of answers that I didn't have, that I didn't have, and I had to find on my own, and if I had a channel that I could go to just, ask somebody any questions, get things done, that would have helped me out a lot and would have made me like level up pretty quick too, to be honest. Let's see here. The meme serpent 711. I use AI to create tattoos and problem solving, but with AI, you'd have to type in your idea of artwork specifically and get it and it gets complicated. Nothing that the human mind of creative thinking can't do. The best Goku. Please don't seem to understand. People don't seem to understand AI is only as good as you. Yep, I can see that. But yeah, and then there's like some AI channels too that like take other people's content and then they like monetize it and stuff like that. And they don't really ask for it, or, you know, I think that's kind of not cool. I've seen that happen to some channels, and then the main channel that got their content like swooped or whatever, they complain and then they get a strike. It's like, whoa, this is wild. So I don't know. It's all good though, you know, is what it is. It's the way of the future. You know, I do you know. I just look at it as like, as long as AI exists, then I'll be the opposite. I'll be the balance. I'll be the opposite of AI. You know, that'll be good for my business. You know, I plan on selling my artwork and my comic books if people want to pick them up. You know, I'll have them ready. Let's see here, Charles Manson X He-Man collab. Thanks for stopping by, Meep94. Charles Manson. It's like Marilyn Manson. He took Marilyn Monroe and Charles Manson's names and smashed them together. And you have the you know, two crazy names of the two different sides of the spectrum. Let's see here. Okay, I think I'm going to start working on the stairwell up here a little bit. I might start using maybe one of these. I start using my microns. I haven't used these in a while. What is this? Let's see, Valley Android. Thanks for stopping by. What is this? Bronca versus Conan? No, this is King Cole, and he's fighting a bunch of these like cave monsters, if you will. They're invading his bedroom. Cole is a barbarian though. Yeah, and we did a stream a few times back. We designed this crown live. I wanted to show you guys how I do character design, so we did that. And here you'll see some of the teeth of the serpents, of a giant serpent he killed, and then also some teeth of a giant spider he took out. Let's see here, BH15. Looks like you got the idea of a character from Street Fighter. Yeah, no, I actually wasn't even thinking about Blanca, to be honest. Blanca's cool, but I don't. When I see these characters, they're definitely gray. They have gray skin and, yeah, big orange eyes, big yellow eyes. They don't look like Blanca. Let's see here. Los Tex-Mex Garcia. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Is that Blanca? No, these aren't Blancas. No, they're a race. And this is, again, I don't want to spoil it, the characters in this story we're doing. But no, it's not Blanca. One thing I noticed too about the new Blanca in the movie, it looks like he's CGI, man. The posters. I know Momoa is playing Lobo. Speaking of, and love me some Lobo. He's definitely my favorite DC character. You know, it was always Batman, but then once I found out about the main man, and I had to take a break from it. I was working on it for a while, but I got my Lobo piece right here. See, that's my Lobo. That's the old school Lobo. He's got the old school Lobo had the Goku hair. You know, this is like the second generation one after they got rid of the Richard Simmons Lobo with the spandex. This is the biker Lobo created by Simon Bisley. That's the one that the one that Momoa is kind of dressed up as. His version kind of looks like Lobo Unbound. He just doesn't have the dreadlocks. And I have Lobo Unbound. I have the miniseries. It's freaking hilarious. If you guys haven't collected it, it's like all painted. I highly recommend it. I got to finish this though. I'm probably going to just add some more details. I'll probably fire this up on a stream. I'm still not done with this yet, but yeah. Lobo. Let's see here. Imagine a DC versus Street Fighter movie. Now that would be sick. I remember they did DC versus Mortal Kombat. I don't know if you guys remember that, because Warner Brothers owns both of it. I had that game too. I think it was on PlayStation 2 or 3. It's a fun game. Definitely. Let's see here. All right, we're going to start doing a little bit of this right here. Double Dragon. Very talented. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Trying to come up with some new stuff right here. Some new textures. Let's kind of break it up a little bit. For now, anyways, so we might tweak some stuff. Hey, what up, Omer? Thanks for stopping by, brother. How you doing, man? Strawing a little bit of Crom right now. Crom and some coffee. It's taking me forever, but you know how I do it. I'm slow motion. Slow motion for me. Let's see here, baby Sharko. You are gay. You're funny. Let's see here. Moto S4. I have a superhero idea. I want to listen. Yeah, sure. If you want to talk about it, I mean, by all means. But I wouldn't reveal too much, man, because you know, you want to keep some of your, an artist never reveals all of his secrets, just because someone might steal your idea. And the thing is, everything's been done. It's all about the tweak. Like, how are you going to tweak this idea? Do you know what I mean? Everything's been done. So it's like, how are we going to tweak this idea? For the most part, there is some anomalies out there. Don't get me wrong. Every now and then you're going to get the Max or Spawn, but everything's it's like music. Nothing's really new under the sun. Let's see here. I meant, what up, dude? Oh, no, that's all. Exactly, man. Oh, hey, what's up, Mike? Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, everyone will steal it. And they might, you never know. They might. I don't think people really steal things. I think they absorb it on accident nowadays. I think that's what it is, And most of us like the same shit, dude. Most of us like the same shit. It is what it is. I know I do. But like, what's popular right now? What do most people like? They like, right now, I'd say it's like, it always feels like it's cyberpunk and sci-fi. Like, those are huge. People love that now. Barbarians, Sword and Sorcery is making a comeback, though. Definitely. You're killing it, dude. Yo, Bancroft. Thanks, man. I'm just messing around with some rendering right now. Might drink a little whiskey in a little bit. It's my Friday night. Trying to let loose and clear my head a little bit. Like that dude in Walking Dead? I gotta clear. Let's see here. Guitars and such, etc. How's the shower water in California? Here on the East Coast, it's drying my skin. It's pretty good out here. I don't have any complaints. How did you watch the new Predator? Have you watched the new Predator yet? I'm going to watch it here in a bit. Yes, I did watch it. I loved it. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people love it, But I love the movie, man. But to be honest, Omer, you're asking the wrong guy. I did a review on it too, a pretty long review, about it. The thing is, I'm a Predator stan. I like all the Predator movies, and I kind of go over that in the review a little bit. But I think what's made the Predator franchise last so long is it's a fucking anthology series, bro. It's an anthology. Every one of those movies could be, could stand on their own. You could put every Predator movie into an anthology book. Killer Killers is an anthology movie, but so are the rest of the movies. They can all go like in a gigantic like library of films and in an anthology format. And the thing is, that's what keeps it fresh. That's what keeps every movie, none of them are tied down to really anything. There's some that are way better than others, and I think that's what's always kept the Predator franchise alive. Oh, let's see here. Shower water. I think I'm going to like it. Steve Alejandro. I don't know, for whatever reason, I remember Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy when he said about the superhero idea. I don't remember that, but I remember Ren and Stimpy. They were pretty funny, man. I remember I went to a it's kind of like an art festival, but not really. It was just a concert. It was called Spike and Mike's Sick and Twisted Tour, where they would play cartoons and then the bands would play in between the cartoons. The bands that played that night were Korn, Limp Bizkit, and Stained. That was back in the 90s. I was in high school. And I went with my buddy and his parents. Yeah, and my buddy, I think his dad had a pack of Marlboros, and he took the Marlboros out and stuffed them with joints. So we were blazing up through the whole concert. It was fun. And Korn had the coolest set designs I had ever seen. They had every album cover would come down and they would change the set all the time. It was wild. And that dude Jonathan Davis came up out of the floor and he was playing the bagpipes. Love him or hate him, Korn really is an original band in a lot of ways. Let's see here. Oh, you guys are deleting your messages. Okay. I'm just waiting for more insight into where and what they are, just like the Alien franchise. Stained. Yeah, no, I think you'll like it, dude, because Trachtenberg, the guy that did the last, he did the last 3 Predator movies. He went to Fox and he was like, "Hey, is there like a Predator Bible of lore that I can start to pull from?" They're like, "No." He's like, "Okay, well then I'm going to start one. Pretty much I'm going to take, what's out there. I'm going to make a language and that's what he did, And I was cool with that. I've always wanted a Predator movie, Like a lot of people were complaining, they sound like Russians and clicking and clacking with their jaws, and I'm like, that's cool with me. Personally, I wanted a Predator movie where it would be like kind of Viking inspired, where there's like they're on a planet and there's maybe 3 tribes and or clans and they're kind of fighting over resources and power, and there's a power struggle and usurping going on. And in the beginning of the movie, it kind of starts out, it says, in Yautja, and they're like, and then it says translated from Yautja to English, and then they just start talking in English. That wouldn't bother me. We've already, you're not gonna top the Arnold movie, guys. It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So you might as well just keep doing what they're doing and switching it up and doing new stuff in each movie. Now that movie, Badlands, it's probably gonna get a sequel. That guy's, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind that guy getting another movie just to kind of finish out his arc. See what happens next. And you get to see all the toys he's got. I thought it was a fun movie. Was it a family movie? Yeah, it was. It was in some ways. Did I take my family and did they have fun? Yeah, they did. Could it have been rated R? Yeah, it could have. It could have gotten rated R. The movie was packed with gore, even though there's only aliens and robots in it. It's still like humanoid. You can still tell it's gore. Whether it's like purple or white or, whatever the gore color is. That's how they got away with it. That's how they got away with it with Lord of the Rings, too, when they're doing all the decapitations on the orcs and goblins and whatnot. So, yep. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. Once Homeboy said, "Oh, yeah, this movie is inspired by Shane, Conan the Barbarian, Shadow of the Colossus, and Drax the Destroyer," I was like, "Oh, yeah, dude, I'm there. Take my money, I'm going to go see Badlands like weekend it comes out." But a lot of people were just kind of caught up on his hairstyle, like, "Oh, he looks like a black chick. Oh, look, it's Michelle Obama," I think his design looked pretty whack too. I agree with that. But at the same time, it looked like Ragnar Lothbrok or Uhtred of Edinburgh, from Last Kingdom. They both have the shaved sides and the dread hair kind of like that. And that's what Predator has. He has fucking dreads, so there's that. But then they showed his older brother in there, and he had just like longer kind of hair, and I thought that looked pretty cool. I also thought their masks looked cool, and I missed like the first maybe 2 minutes of the movie or something like that, or maybe 5 minutes, and they were already scrapping, like having a sick ass swashbuckle, him and his brother, like right from the get, and I was digging that. Like that's what I want to see. So yeah. Go check out Badlands. I think it was dope. Just kind of know that like it's gonna have some Disney-isms here and there. Unfortunately, got a little bit of heart. It's kind of weird because you're like not, but it's like, at what point of Predator 526, are you gonna get mad that it's not the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? At some point you just say, you know what, dude, all your views and Conan content is getting you a bunch of subs. That's awesome. Keep everything you're doing up, Bat. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate you, brother. And thanks for stopping by. Yeah. I'm trying, man. I just did a review on the new Hulk book, man. I'm loving that Hulk book. I really slept on the the last Hulk series by Nick Klein. Man, that guy can draw, and he can comic book really good. Just like the action sequences, and the writer's on point too. So the new Hulk, he's just a straight up monster, evil monster, and there's like an evil god inside of him that's just trying to make all of the monsters in the world bend it to his will, and then he fucking corrupts them with his new Hulk gamma power, and he's possessed by this eldritch, like Lovecraftian monster that's inside a Hulk. So it's called the Infernal Hulk, and just the artwork, man. When you look at it, you just want to draw. It's like just the amount of detail the guy puts into it. There's no 3D models really, and if there are, that he puts so much of his soul into the inks that it doesn't even matter. And I couldn't see any really, and it's we're kind of lucky to get artists like that don't use the 3D model and trace like that anymore. I'm looking for those oddities, for those problems, those mistakes, those, looking for all that in comics. That's what I want. I want that cartooniness as well. Let's see here. So glad I'm off tomorrow. I do a lot of stuff. Got a lot of graphic novels I got to organize tomorrow. So many reviews I got to do. I don't compare any of the Predator films to each other. They can play off each other, but each film adds to the lore. Nick Klein is badass. The only ones I kind of group is 1 and 2. I kind of just feel like 1 and 2 kind of just shoehorn into each other. Even the way the second movie starts up feels like you're coming out of the Mexican jungle, or they filmed it in Mexico. I don't think it takes place in Mexico, But I'll just say one comment, and then that'll just people won't even take me seriously. Like, man, shut the fuck up, shut this motherfucker up. I'll just tell them straight up, dude. I like Alien versus Predator 2 Requiem. You can't see what the fuck's going on in the movie, but I like Wolf. I like seeing Wolf go around. I like seeing Wolf up on his throne. They call him in because he's Black Ops. He's Yautja Black Ops. He gets up, he picks his toys up off the wall, he flies in his ship, and then he goes down to Earth and he starts cleaning shit up. He starts taking everything out. And I like the Predalien. I thought the Predalien was cool. Was the movie ass? Yeah. Do I find entertainment in watching it? Yeah. Is it entertaining me? Yes, I do like that movie. So, some people were like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, it's like, all right, well, it's cool. Everyone's got an opinion, Is it the best movie? No, the first movie is the best. The first Predator is the best. But I've seen that movie so many times, and I remember watching the first movie just as a kid. Back in the days, we used to have all these movies on television. They were edited. We could watch RoboCop. We could watch Predator. They were always on TV, so you could always see them as a kid. But I remember seeing that movie like 4 times, and I hadn't seen the Predator even without his cloak yet. You would just see him like patching up his leg up on a tree, and doing his Predator sounds, and seeing him rip out stuff like the spine out. I was just kind of scared, to be honest with you. I thought that movie was terrifying as a kid, and then it turned cool. And then then eventually I started to get to see the ending, and I got to see Arnie like build the traps, and then the fight, and then the mask, and then the mask is taken off. It's just on another level. Let's see here. Thanks for stopping by, Philip Holland. Appreciate you. Agree. It's like a history of the species. Indeed, Wolf has a job to do. Yes. You remember the movies way more than I do. I just have fun watching them. I remember certain things here and there. My memory of things are sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It's pretty embarrassing. Let's see here. Arcaneson. I could be pronouncing it wrong. I'm trying to read it, hopefully in the context. You should check out the Slain comic. I feel you would like it. It's part of the Judge Dredd comics. Oh yeah, I actually do have the Slain. The new got it last year for Christmas. I haven't even got a chance to open it up and like really enjoy it. I've read through it a few times, but I haven't got to sit down and really enjoy the whole thing. I've just been so busy. That's something I want to do tomorrow. Like I've been planning for weeks and weeks to just go through my graphic novels and organize them, and then I got to put some in storage, and I got to start reading. I want to start reading through some. They're all 90% indie books, But I also do reviews on current books too because they're floppies. The floppies take me like 5 minutes to read. The indie books, they're usually pretty thick. They take me like usually like an hour to read, and then I like to really, you know, get in there. It takes me longer. So, and also people like to know what's current, you know. So I'll do current reviews on stuff that I like. Yeah. Current reviews on stuff that I like. A lot of people don't buy comics anymore, you know, myself included, or I'll be on a series and then it just kind of, it gets woke, or just I lose interest, and then I'll just stop reviewing stuff, you know. Yep. But that's the same thing with the Hulk series. I wasn't sure if it was gonna what to expect from it, so I got 2 issues in, and I'm like, yeah, this is going on my pull list because I'm tired of like getting here and not having the Nick Klein covers. And then there's a new Predator series, not the Punisher, not the Palmiotti series. The one that Palmiotti and Panosian is phenomenal. That one is a 4-parter. There's only one more to collect, and I'm gonna get that one. But the ongoing series, it started out okay. The second issue, I thought it was kind of meh, but it actually wasn't that bad. And then the third, and I was gonna cut it, and then the third issue, it was pretty good. So now I'm collecting Punisher now, and he's got the old classic white skull. He's got the white gloves and the white boots, and they draw him kind of Marvish, kind of like Sin City, kind of bulky like Frankenstein. But sometimes I get caught up on the art, man, and there might be a little wokeisms in there just to kind of, for whatever reason, but nothing too crazy. So it's like a balance of a lot of different reasons for me to pick up the book. A lot of boxes I got to check. Floppies and thick boys. Yeah. Warp Spasm Slain is fucking wild. Yeah, yeah. Dude, when you do the read-throughs with the voices, it's pretty good. A little funny. Yeah, I'm just fucking around. One guy said he wanted me to do some voiceover for him, and I said, oh, yeah, sure, I'll do that, you know. Yeah, it's just little voices, just fucking around. Me and my dad used to do that shit all the time. So I just kind of just took that, and yeah, you know what, maybe I'll do that. It can be a little cringe. People can have some fun with it, you know, rather than do the same voice for every character. And then I just do it in one take, and then sometimes I'll accidentally do the same voice for the same character, and then I gotta try to fix it while I'm going. You know, it's like playing live. I used to hate watching bands live. I used to hate listening to live albums. Right now, I love them. I think they're like the coolest shit ever, because you get. I want to hear how they're gonna do live. Okay, the singer's got like 3 vocal tracks usually on an album. What album is that fucker gonna, or what track is that guy gonna sing live? Is he gonna do the screaming track, the singing track? You know, it's usually metal I'm checking out, right? Then there's layered guitars. Sometimes they have like 6 guitar tracks layered on a track. What track are they gonna play live? How is this guy gonna play the solo live? And then when they mess up, I love it when they mess up, because I want to see how, when they fumble, I want to see how they're gonna pick up the ball, and then they're gonna score a touchdown live. You know, so I love watching live stuff now, and it's the same thing too. If you're like kind of doing a little voiceover or something like that, you got to kind of pick it up and try to fix it. And I think that like things like that, you know, it should just be what you're feeling at the time, what your reaction is, like right when you read it, you know, right when you watched it, stuff like that, initial. So that way it's fresh in your brain. And yeah, that's, you know, it's always fun to do those, and it's a fun time of the week. Usually, because it's comic book day, man. And I look at Wednesday as like, to me that's like midweek Friday. You know, I think that's a secret to blue collar success. You gotta let a little bit loose on Wednesdays, or whatever day of the week is your Wednesday, the middle day of the week. Let's see here. Stephen Collins 906 wokeisms. Yeah, it just depends. You know what I mean? Like they just put random shit in there that doesn't really need to be there. Like it's propaganda. Let's see here. Homer Glitch. It's cool. People like that sheet. Stephen Collins, Robo Warrior Nemesis from 2000 AD. Yeah. Rogue Trooper and Strontium Dogs were my favorite. And Tharg's Future Shocks, sort of like Twilight Zone stories. Man, I wish I could have all of the you know, I want Rogue Trooper, ABC Warriors, Slain, Judge Dredd. There's so many. I love Judge Dredd. Such a cool character. They have a really interesting documentary on Prime about 2000 AD. It's pretty cool. Got to finish watching that. They have one on D&D too. A lot of like D&D comic book documentaries on Prime for some reason, all free. I think they have the Mike Mignola one on there. I have a bunch of them on my list. Yeah, the British invasion. Love that stuff. You know, it's kind of like, you know, big boy comics in a way, in some ways. I don't want to sound pretentious, but kind of, but not really. I don't know, because they're just having fun. They all fucking love American comics too. Every single one of those motherfuckers. Yeah. Also, speaking of like, you know, Liam Sharp, what that guy's doing over on Spawn and Conan right now, he's killing it. I saw an interview with him the other day. It's pretty long one. I haven't finished it. I got to finish it, but he's going to be working on Conan. He's going to be working on Spawn. He's got like a few. He says he'll keep doing Spawn for a while. The Dark Ages, his Spawn. You know, and I know McFarlane will keep paying him. So I hope that guy keeps doing it, man. He's another cat where, you know, his environments, his backgrounds just really immerse you into the world, you know. And he doesn't do it all the time, but he does it like most of the pages. And he just kind of he talks about, you know, once I've kind of established the world, I don't have to like put every little thing in there all the time. But in the, you know, most of the time, yeah. But if it's like a fight sequence and things like that, it'll take away from the fight if you're putting a bunch of stuff in the background when the background isn't really important. It's the action of the fight sequence, the choreography, which is, you know, most people know that already, but I like to hear the same thing from people I respect, you know. Let's see here. My oldest issue was 306. Spawn was the first black superhero, not Black Panther. Let's see here. Liam Sharp is back. Awesome. I would also say Blade. He was a black superhero from the 70s. And I've said this before, and I said it on Michael Jai White's Twitter. I told him, hey man, you should play Blade like a 70s version of Blade, you know, kind of like Black Dynamite, but not as comical, but give him the yellow sunglasses, and, you know, I think that would be cool. I think that would be like really fresh and interesting, because everybody wants to just see like black trench coat, Wesley Snipes, you know, dollar store version, you know, which would be cool, you know, or it could end up like Sticky Fingers. I don't know if you guys remember that Blade, the TV show, and it was ass. It was embarrassing, to be honest. I felt kind of embarrassed watching that show. It was not on the same level, you know. It went from like the coolest Marvel property ever to like one of the most embarrassing at some points. Yep. Can't wait for a proper Blade movie though. I think they should just get Wesley Snipes to do it. If he could still pull the moves off, why not? I don't know, but some of these guys are kind of getting up there in age, and they're, you know, not their health reasons, you know, they're not doing too well. Pancake mix, beautiful. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you. I'm trying to clear. Let's see here. Never forget Tracy Lord. Oh, I know, right? And Crybaby. You guys ever see Crybaby with Johnny Depp? I still watch that movie all the time. Had Iggy Pop in there. Iggy Pop. Yeah. Yeah. I finished the new Stranger Things too, at least up into where it's at. Ghostface Yo. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for everybody for hitting 29 likes. Thanks for hitting the liking and the subscribing. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I finished the new Stranger Things. Man, I saw Vecna. He does look like Butch Cleaver a lot, and I mean, in his Stranger Things kind of way, but definitely looks like a Butch Cleaver villain. Like I had like an idea for a villain that was kind of similar to that, like to Butch, you know, because Butch Cleaver is kind of OP, you know. And then, when I made him, I remember showing the comic off at Comic-Con. Some kid saw it, and I was telling him about it, and he was like, "Man, that character's OP, yo. Where my Pokemon cards at?" And I was just thinking, like, OP, what the fuck is OP mean? Because I'm old as fuck, you know. And the guy, another dude's like, it means overpowered, bro. Your character's overpowered. So I was just thinking, like, damn, just kind of just rethinking my whole thing, you know, like, damn, this kid's right. Fuck, man. and the whole time I made the character, I was thinking, don't make him too powerful. But I always just thought that, you know, I could make someone more powerful to fuck him up, you know. But it is kind of challenging making a character to go up against Butch, because he's kind of like Swamp Thing, but with bones, essentially. The 16897. Wow, that's amazing art, bro. Is that Blanca from Street Fighter 2? No, man, he really does look like Blanca, huh? I'm gonna have to keep tweaking this out. No, this is a race of these like cave dwelling monsters that are invading King Crom. He's a barbarian. They're invading his palace. So he's taking a few out right now. And I got to draw some action coming up from right here as well. Now that I remembered it. But hopefully I can fix some of that. But I remember when I was writing the story, I probably said this a million times, but whatever. I was walking at work, you know, and this kind of like face popped in my head, you know, but it wasn't Blanca that I seen, you know. It's like in the shadow, like kind of like a shadowy silhouette, you know, with big like yellowy eyes, you know, kind of jaundiced, and you know, gray skin with rocks kind of growing out of it, you know. And this hair that kind of goes all the way down his spine, because Blanca's hair, it's hair, like, you know, this stuff's growing out of her spine, all the way down the spine, out of the head, goes all the way around and up into kind of like briefs, you know. So I haven't, you know, yeah, kind of porcupining. That's right, homie. He's like One Punch Man. Yeah. But the thing is, Butch, like I never really got to like explain like too much that he's not OP, you know, that like he needs he can't just keep coming back. Like after you kill him, he kind of gets into a bone cocoon, and then he explodes, and then he kind of reforms into like his anatomical form, you know. Then he could kind of change into what type of shapes he wants after that. But he was still kind of learning how to use his powers. But he can only do that so many times, and then by a certain amount of times, he's done. And if he doesn't drink like milk, he actually needs milk to survive, because he needs the calcium. So he's always drinking whiskey milk at the saloon, you know. Yeah. But it's a comic book, man. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna have some weird, stupid shit in it. Not everything needs to be like 100% like, you know, scientifically accurate, and it's gonna be a little stupid sometimes. I'm cool with that. It's gonna be a little wacky, you know. I like stuff like that. It's gonna go a little gonzo here and there, a little Terry Gilliam, little Fear and Loathing there, here and there, you know, as far as his powers go. But I am looking forward to that, getting back to that book one day, and I think I will get back to it. I just think it's going to be a long time. Let's see here. Harry Porcupine Ghouls, Wicked, make them quills instead of hair. You to give him a couple of scars. He looks too clean, right? Yeah, he is pretty clean. Let's see here. Fist of the North Star scars, right? That book, yeah, that was the first anime I ever seen. I remember watching that back in junior high, I think. That was awesome. Yeah. Really dug that movie. Let's see here. Like the Droogs from Clockwork Orange drinking that psychedelic milk. Exactly. Yep. 100%. 100%. So right now I'm just thinking a little bit about what I want to do. Some of this stuff. Okay. I might try to leave that blank right there. They came. Dragon Ball Z. And I'm about to get me some whiskey here in a second. About to get me some whiskeys. Because I know I'm gonna make these poles marble. I was talking about that earlier. Do that. I made a book I'm working on with my buddy Brian. It's a vampire hunter book, The Puritanian. And there's a character in there, and it's not a character, but it's a marble statue of a vampire, and it's in a ballroom. It's a big monster, a big vampire ball. I was trying to nail down the texture of marble with a pencil, and I got it. Hopefully, I can remember how I did it. I'm gonna do it on these pillars, though. That's the thing whenever you're looking at like the Frazetta paintings, he always does such a great job with these nice marble or just these stone pillars that look fantastic. Let's see here. That Conan dude is giving Superman vibes or Spider-Man vibes. 2099, right? I like 2099. I always liked that design. I thought that character was cool. Bon Jovi vampire movie was dope. Yeah, that was Los Muertos, John Carpenter's Vampires Part 2. I really dug that movie as well. It was good for a low budget movie. The 16897. You know what I don't like about all the anime? There are Germans, Americans, Japanese, Russians, Europeans, Africans, but I've never seen an anime with a Middle Eastern hero. I'm sure there's got to be one out there, but yeah, you got a point. There's one character that a lot of people don't know about named El Borak. He's like he's basically like a white boy and like a Latino mix. I think he's like half and half, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think he's, like a Latin kind of half and half. I don't know what type of Latin blood he is. It could be South American or like European Spanish, but he's a Texan. So I'm thinking he's probably part Mexican. And he's an old character, man. And he's a barbarian of that time, of the 1930s. He's like the Conan of that time, but mixed with a little bit of Indiana Jones. But he does not want to live in America. It's not barbaric. It's not barbaric enough for him. So he moves to the Middle East, and everyone there calls him El Borak, which means the Swift. And he likes to go out there because he's always, tomb raiding, you know what I mean, and looking for jewels and helping people and saving people and chopping fools down and gunfighting. I haven't read any of his stories, but I'm really looking forward to the El Borak, stuff. But yeah, that guy, that's a cool character, that easily could have, like, they can make manga of him. I bet one day, man, like, watch. So many cool characters that Robert E. Howard has. Let's see, there's a ton of mangas that do Middle Eastern themes. What's up, K-pop? Yeah, she would know. She would know. I'm not really up on my manga game. There's just a few of them I'm really into, not really into, but that I liked, growing up. Fist of North Star. That was the first one. Then it was Vampire Hunter D, Akira, Berserk, a little bit of Ninja Scroll. So that, that's pretty much where, I kind of tap out after that. What was the other one? Ghost in the Shell. That one was huge. That one was like, go through Hot Topic, you see that, like, what the fuck is that? Check it out. Oh, this is pretty cool. Same thing with Akira, Gans. I've heard of that one, never seen it or read it, but I've seen it. Again, let's see here. Daniel Gonzalez, thanks for stopping by. Again, Blanca? No, these are some cave dwellers. No, does look like Blanca though. Makes me want. I'm gonna draw fucking Blanca, dude. I'm gonna draw Blanca. I am gonna draw Vinland Saga. I know. I've heard of Vinland Saga. Yeah, but I've been looking forward to Momoa playing Blanca. I mean, obviously his Lobo's a no-brainer. He looks cool already, but the Blanca looks CGI. Like, why are you gonna CGI? Why are you gonna have Momoa there just to say, "What's up, dude? What's up, bro?" As Blanca, he needs to be in makeup. It looks CGI. It looks like they're gonna make him Hulk. It's like wasting Momoa. Like, why would you hire Momoa to play Blanca if he's CGI? I think it's like the stupidest shit I've ever seen. And I could be wrong. But I don't know. We'll see. I was looking forward to him like being all hunched over with some big nails, like Sabretooth. And to be honest, I don't like the design that much. I think it's a little too Momoa. Like, I don't like the beard on him. I don't like the red beard, and I don't like his hair either. I think his hair is too Momoa. It needs to be more like this, like all the way spiky and down his back. But he looks cool. He does have the cool factor, Momoa always brings the cool. Let's see here. Raul Julia was a good actor. Yeah, he was great. I actually like that old Street Fighter movie. I'm pumped up for the new movie though. The new movie looks great. My only like the Momoa thing aside, that's not even, it's whatever. I'm just bitching. It's nothing. It's nothing. He looks cool, you know. But the way 50 Cent looks as Balrog, he looks kind of stupid. His hairline is like all the way up in his widow's peak is right like in his eyes. Like if you look at it goes all the way down and like it's so low. Like I don't even think people's hair grows that close to the. It's like in his unibrow pretty much. Yeah, I like circled it and I posted it on Twitter. I said like his eaves are dropping on his brow, you know. Let's see here, something like that. I said something like that, some stupid shit. Yeah, Street Fighter's a goat. Street Fighter's fun. I used to love those games. Same thing with Mortal Kombat. I like them equally, and I like their lore. I'm kind of done with Momoa. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It sucks, you know. And he should have just been Conan and Lobo. He shouldn't have had to do all the other shit, you know. It just people. That's the thing. Like they kind of here's Arnold. No, here's Stallone. Here's The Rock. Like they just kind of force people down your throat, you know, and you get kind of sick of them. And the actor's like, "What, man? This is my time, motherfucker. I'm gonna make some cash, you know. Like I'm on top right now, baby." I am looking forward to the Vin Diesel shit coming out. I'm not gonna lie. He did have some fun properties. He's doing another Witch Hunter. I thought that last Witch Hunter movie was very entertaining, especially the first like 20 minutes of the movie. He's doing a sequel to that. I hope it goes into the past. He shouldn't be fucking with modern stuff. If he does it like Deathstalker or Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, he's onto something. Also, he's making up a new franchise with Riddick, the Furia. There's going to be other Furians. He's going to go to Furia. It's going to be in the Underverse. That's what I'm excited for. I think he's sitting on like a really cool franchise with Riddick. He hasn't really explored, you know, a whole like, you know, like Star Wars thing. Like they have, it's a pretty rich, like there's a lot of lore. Like if you go check out everyone knows about that YouTube channel, Marvelous Videos. They have everything on that fucking channel. They do so many lore drop videos on Riddick and the Riddick universe. It's crazy. Let's see here. My aunt was friends with Van Damme. Yeah, I was a big Van Damme fan when I was a kid. Loved watching Bloodsport. Me and my pops would watch that shit all the time. Yeah, man. Liquid TV was Max, Aeon Flux, and oh yeah, the Head. Yeah, the Max was my favorite comic growing up in the 90s. Like during not the 90s, sorry, but like kind of it's weird during my junior high years. I used to love drawing that character. Sorry guys, I'm catching up on the chat. I only know Jean-Claude Van Damme. Let's see here. Later, dude. Have a good stream. Okay, later, brother. Matt Burke is on Red Bull tonight. High energy. Remember 80s, 90s monster TV show? I'm not sure. I'd have to know what TV show that was. Yeah, I wish I was, you know, on high energy all the time, man. It's just my brain doesn't move that fast. I'm drinking coffee right now, and I kind of had a little nap before the show, so that might have helped. Plus, there's topics that are in my head that I can kind of speak on a little bit. So that helps a little bit. Then I could kind of start yapping, you know. I'm a natural yapper though, man. Like I try to keep it quiet in real life. I don't really talk too much. But if someone talks, then yeah, I'm gonna start I'll yap your ear off. That's how my son is, and that's how my dad was. I get it from my dad and my grandpa. See, it was a potato family sitting in the living room watching TV. Dude, I think I remember that. That sounds like a what is it? A Mandela effect? Yeah, I remember a show called The PJs. I don't know if you remember that one, like the claymation one with Eddie Murphy. That one was pretty funny. And then Dinosaurs. But I kind of vaguely remember something like that as well. Let's see here. Hi, live streaming, your way to connect people. Let's see here. All right. Trying to think what else I want to do with these right here. Look at it in the mirror real quick. Yeah. Yeah, I think I know what I want to do. I think I want to make these steps kind of made out of like some dirty stone in certain spots. I think that'll be fun. So with that, I can get my my dry brush. That'll be fun. It's got a little bit of ink in it. I pumped in here. Do these goblins ever evolve and grow wings? No, they don't. They do not. And the thing is with this story, it's sword and sorcery, but it's really grounded. Like I wanted to make it kind of like it could take place in history up until certain points where it's like, that's how I read the Conan stories too. But not all of them are like that. Some of them are really like horrific, and there's a lot of sorcery in them. But with this one, I really wanted to ground it. It was kind of like the Revenant a little bit, where he's dealing with the elements and stuff like that, but not too much without spoiling it. I don't want to spoil it, but it is action packed. The first 9 pages, it's going to have action in it. I'm looking forward to writing it and drawing it. This is probably going to be one of the pages in there. It might end up being like a 10th page if he lets me, or I might just use this as a promo piece for the book, I guess. We'll see. But yeah. Okay, we'll do a little bit of that. Let's see. You gotta let it cook on the back burner a little bit. I don't mean like let them cook, like everyone's saying. Let them cook. I mean, like sometimes you gotta look at a piece and literally let it cook, like while you're looking at it. Look at it in the mirror, you know. Let's see, Johnny Cash. Are you looking at something or drawing this raw from your imagination? I'm drawing this from my imagination, actually. Johnny Cash. What I do on these live streams is I come up with a concept through a thumbnail, and then I pencil it, and then I ink it, and I usually do it over a few streams, so people could basically see my process, and you know, if they have questions or whatnot, then they want to draw and things like that they can see how I do it, and maybe that might inspire them to want to draw or do it like that, and then they could run with that, do their own stuff, you know. Trying to look for the one that I did for this. I think I have it here somewhere. I think I might have lost it. It's around here somewhere, but I can't find it at the moment. But let's see real quick. So like I had one right here of Frankenstein fighting the Wolfman, you know. And I went through a series, like right here, it started out as him fighting a pack of wolves, and then it turned into him fighting Frankenstein, fighting the Wolfman. And then I said, you know what, let's do Del Toro's Frankenstein versus Benicio Del Toro's Wolfman. And so I landed on that and I ended up drawing that. I did the same thing for this. There was one right here with Sauron versus Bad Ash from Lord of the Rings. Bad Ash versus Sauron, yeah. And I ended up on that one, and it kind of comes to that. So that's what I do. And then I just draw out of my head, you know, like what I could see, you know, and you're going to make mistakes, and then maybe those mistakes the mistakes could be fun. You know, that's an area of opportunity for you to go on your artist quest. You know, you're trying to hunt that dinner prize. Is there a chance we'll see a 2-headed goblin, like a 20-foot troll? That there might be something similar to that in here. We'll see without spoiling. Yeah. This is kind of spoilery, even this part right here. I kind of feel like I didn't put these guys in here just yet, but couldn't help myself, man. I like drawing like battles and fight sequences, and you know, it's what I like about Frank Frazzetta's art a lot. You know, it's always, you know, depicting like a battle. You know, Conan's fighting frost giants or whatnot. He's a big influence on me. So many different cats, you know. Bernie Wrightson, Frank Frazetta, Simon Bisley, John Buscema, Sam Keith, Mike Mignola, Eric Powell. There's a lot. Mort Drucker from Mad. Walt Simonson, Todd McFarlane. I could like keep going on. And there's a bunch of modern guys that are really cool too, you know. Like Robert De La Torre, he's great. The guy doing Conan right now, loving his stuff. Oh, thanks. Thanks for stopping by, Johnny Cash. I appreciate it. And Willie Winkler, you too, man. Skinner art. Yeah. So we're just doing right here. We're doing just a little dab right here of stuff to kind of show a little bit of the stone. And if I'm not happy with the way that it looks, I could come back with some white out and white paint and kind of fix it. I might not do that. And the light's kind of coming down from the ceiling somewhere. So it would be kind of darker right here. There's that. But I got to be careful because I wanted to get a little stream going right here, some blood. So I'm going to watch out with that. Let's see here. Baby Sharko. You look from here. This is so gay. Okay. Sammer 273. You know him? Brian Skinner, I think. He does psychedelic wizards and shit. No, I don't know who that is. King OG 28. Thanks for stopping by, man. This shit zesty. Laugh out loud. Okay. So. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. All right. I might do a little bit of this right here. A little bit of blood coming out. All right. Try to get that effect without having to do the spatter all the time. See, Manuelito Clark. Is a drawing on college rule paper. No, this is 11 by 17 Bristol board that you can pick up at Michael's. Usually about a pack of 20 for like $20. Generally, it's like $1 a page, but it's nice and thick so you can ink on it. It won't bleed through. Highly recommend it. Highly, highly. All right. Let's see here. Nice. Michael, Jesus loves you. Yeah, Jesus loves you too, man. Thanks for stopping by. All right. Okay, we got a little bit of that. Tommy Bone Davis. What kind of pen are you using? Right here, I'm just using that Pentel squeeze brush, the artist pen. You could get this one at Michael's or anywhere. This one's pretty awesome. I recommend getting it online though. It's cheaper, especially through like Amazon. And then you could get refills too through Pentel. So once this thing runs out, you unscrew this one and pretty much put that back in. And if you have access to a needle, then you can just save money and inject ink into this. But I haven't done that, but I know people that do it. I'm just like, I just don't do it. Not something I would try it. Definitely like game for that. Let's see here. Do you draw for a comic book artist? No. I just make comics. I make my own comics for fun. Yeah, that, and then I work with other people too. I do underground independent comics. I'm an indie comic book creator. I don't work for the mainstream. The mainstream's kind of dying right now too, man. They don't really, you know, they don't really pay that great either. I think they pay their writers. I think they pay their editors like 30 grand a year. It's kind of embarrassing. 30 or 40 grand. Yep. Yeah, I would recommend, like, if you're doing comics, because they'll break your heart. Do it for fun as a passion, and do a story that has to be told. That's my recommendation, and you're gonna love doing it. You're gonna love it when you get off work. You get to tell that story, and that first story you make is probably gonna be ass, but you have to do it. The next one's gonna be better, and the next one's gonna be better. Some people don't knock it right out of the park the first try, but those are usually kind of like anomalies, from what I've seen. I had some artwork published in High Times a while ago. That's dope. Obitsy, hi. That looks really cool. Thank you, and thanks for stopping by, guys. 33 likes. Fuck, man, you guys are awesome. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. It's a fun stream. Just finished. Oh yeah, I talked about the Stranger Things. I'm digging that show, man. It's cool. Yeah. I don't know about the whole merger though with Warner Brothers, man. I don't know if that's going to go through or what. But I do know one thing, on a little side topic. Cool thing about Momoa playing Lobo is he can play Momoa, or he could play Momoa. He could play Lobo forever. Lobo isn't bound to a certain leadership at Warner Brothers. He's a satirical character, that makes fun of pop culture for the most part. Same as Deadpool. He's proto Deadpool though. He's like the before Deadpool. So it don't matter what, you could keep having him as Lobo forever. He could play him forever. And the thing is, his skin is corpse paint. He looks like a black metal singer. So you'll never know. He could be like Danny Trejo's age playing Lobo when he's like 80. I mean, you know a little bit, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. He could play Lobo for like 20 or 30 more years. Let's see here. Manuelito Clark. Like for Image Comics, I think the Independent and Dark Horse Comics. Yeah. I think it's like that at the mainstream as far as like the prices of what they're paying people. If you could get into like Image and put out a book, that would be fantastic. If anybody that's in comics could do that, I would recommend doing that. It's just going to help you build your fan base. And then when you go to make your own book, publish it without them, you'll already have that set fan base. And like, say if somehow you ended up getting on like a Batman book or a mainstream book, you're still you'll get some people that'll carry over. Most people in the indies, they like 90% of them, like they're right now, like current year, they hate like the mainstream. But if Marvel or DC came to them to do like a Spider-Man or Batman book, they'd fucking do it in a heartbeat. Let's not fuck around. Of course they would. Because most of them have like these little stories in their head, of what, what their Batman take would be, what their Spider-Man would do. Plus they would get paid pretty good. And you're gonna get a couple people, you're gonna get that audience too, right? You're gonna get the Batman audience. It's gonna follow you and your works. Like me, I follow artists and writers now. I didn't used to do that. I just followed the titles. But I don't know. After a while, you get things get tired, and you start to kind of like certain people's art styles and writing styles, and you know what to expect because they bring quality. You know what type of quality to expect from these artists and writers, and let's just say artists, because I consider writing an art form, and I consider writers artists to a certain degree. Can I see that pen package again, bro? Sure, absolutely. You want to hear a good joke? What's up, Mark? Mark, I absolutely. So this pin package is this isn't really the package; it's just a refill. But this is the pin though, and normally they got two different kinds that they're almost exactly the same. But normally the regular one has like a racer dude on it, like a kind of like a Bobby, like a Talladega Nights looking dude. That's on the a regular one, like some white boy. He's smiling like, hey, that's the better one. That's the one I would recommend. I'm not a real big fan of this, like this ink color. I'm not a fan of this. It's kind of, I just don't like it. I don't like the tone, but that one's perfect. And then this is the same tone. It's going to look like this. I'll work with it, but it's not my favorite. But the one I'm talking about, yeah, it's Pentel, and it's a ink brush, and it's good for everything. You're doing commissions at a con, you could do that. You want to, you're doing your drawings, you want to set up your blacks first. That always helps in the beginning. I think when you're getting into drawing, I mean, you probably know this already, but if you don't, like me, that's what I used to do. I don't really do that anymore. I kind of start adding my shadows as I go, because sometimes certain things, I don't know, like I feel need to be in shadow and some things don't. I think when you start adding shadows to a lot of stuff, it starts weighing down the fluidity and the motion of the action that's going on. You start turning things to stone. So it's just it's kind of a balance. And then I like textures and stuff. Okay, the good joke. Okay, why do hospitals have air conditioning? Oh yeah, anytime, man. That's what I'm here for. You have any questions, let me know. If I had another package for that, I would bust it out right now, but I don't. I'm sorry. Mark. Okay. Yeah. Why do hospitals have air conditioning? I got it. Here's this. Gots to know. All right. Yeah. To keep the vegetables cold and fresh. That's a good one. I like that. I'm also most of these drawings too inkings that I did on this, the inks, I use Dollar Tree pens just for fun. I'm always looking for cheap stuff. Like I got this at the Dollar Tree. This one's kind of like a micron. It worked pretty good, and I erased it. And I think I used it for these dudes right here. So that worked out pretty good. And then another one from the Dollar Tree I used was this one. Right? I used that one to do these curtains here. I thought that came out pretty cool. And that's kind of like a cheap version of the Tombos. And the Tombow pens, I think, are the best pens that you can get on the market right now, which are these right here. The Tombow Fudu no Kosaki. And they come in a pack of a hard tip, which is this blue one right here, and then a black one, which is a soft tip. And they're usually like $6 to $7 plus shipping and handling, unless you buy them somewhere else. But they're like what everyone's using now. Most people are using this, and the microns. That's what most inkers use nowadays. That's like, these are like the triple threat for different. And then obviously with the microns they use, I like using 2s and 8s, but I don't really use these anymore. All you really need is this though, man, because if you apply pressure, it can get thick to thin, and you can do like hair, you can do muscles, like it's a fucking bomb. But they run out of ink so fast. So I'm kind of like trying to shift over personally. Within 2026, I'm looking to just kind of start shifting over to using this nibs, because I'm right here at the desk, so I can just start dipping, and then I want to move over I want to train how to use the Winsor Newtons, like Bernie Wrightson and all the old school cats. That's the game plan, Genuine Comics. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you, man. Hell yeah. I appreciate your comment too over on Facebook. Thank you, man. Manuelito Clark. Are you gonna color it? No, I'm not gonna color it, man. No, I don't do colors right now. Colors are cool, I like colors and paintings. I'm trying to learn how to paint eventually. That's also in the cards for 2026. The wife just bought a bunch of canvases. I think because I've been talking about it, so she's like, probably, I'm gonna get this guy a canvas. Maybe that'll kind of give him a little swift kick in the ass to start painting. Because I always preach about, you got to be willing to mess up and take chances, you know, and then, you know, I gotta live by that code myself, you know. I gotta practice what I preach. Sometimes we forget that, you know, we say a lot of shit and we don't live by that. Kind of like a hypocrite. So I got to do that. And that's true though, man. You got to be willing to do that. Let's see here. William Mackett. Well, I'm sorry, Mackett. That's funny, but I'm not going to read it. But I think that's funny. And yeah. Gotta love the trolls, man. Gotta love the troll, little trolly troll. The trolls, you know, make the world go round. They really do. If we didn't have trolls, life would be pretty boring, I think. You know, trolls are reality. You know what I mean? That's what the trolls they bring some of reality to the streams. You know, there's people like that in real life. You know. Amen. Yeah. So you know what's up. Hell yeah. All right. See, and then right here, I got this guy's foot. I got this guy's arm. And then I got the action of him kind of stepping down. So I don't want to. And I got this dude's hair right here. So it's getting really busy in this little spot. So I got to kind of, you know, kind of finagle it a little bit and watch out. It could be really confusing and fucked up for the looker if they're even taking the time out of their day to look at this. All right. Got to be careful. All right. Also, I recommend too. This probably be like somewhat of a newer thing, but maybe not. Nothing's new under the sun. But I like taking pictures of this, and then yeah, you could see it from far away, and you could see a lot of problems that need to be solved, and some ideas that you know need to be acted on. Let's see here. Tommy Bone Davis. Well, thanks for the info, bro. Have a great night. Yeah, you too, man. Have a great weekend. Kishna Kumar. Yo, bro, what's up? Hey, how you doing, man? Thanks for dropping by. We're doing some King Crom the Barbarian. Oh, let me put you guys up on some Crom game. Manuelito Clark, have you ever did a storyboard drawing for a movie? No, I didn't. I was going to do that though. They get paid pretty good, but you got to work like 48 hours sometimes straight up. You got to slam like fucking a gang of Red Bulls and you have to knock them out. But I wanted to do that. I mean, that's what it's a comic book, you know. I want to do that. I am going to do that. I got to do that at least once. I want to feel that pressure. I want to feel that 48-hour pressure. I know people that do it and they make bank, but you have to get you have to nail the storyboard for the movie in that time. But some people wanted me to do it for free and I would be game. I like doing stuff for free sometimes, but now it's like I'm really busy and I didn't want to do it, you know. So, sorry guys. But I do have my own comics, but these are like coming up on 10 years old now, so my style, I've gotten better. But this is my character, Butch Cleaver. Yep. Oh, thanks, man. Looks like Blanca from Street Fighter. Yeah, a little bit, right? This is him right here, too. He's this brutal butcher who gets killed and he's brought back to life by a voodoo curse. And that curse gives him to like weaponize bone on a molecular level, you know. And tries to use that power for revenge, reckoning, or redemption. You'll never know unless you read it. And I'm going to have these books at my store. Yeah. Here's some of the guys. Yeah. It's like a spaghetti western mixed with like a Hammer horror film mixed with a 80s slasher movie. It's a gothic horror western. A lot of crazy characters. I got by like behind the scenes how I made it in the back. You know. Stuff like that. Show how I break down a page. It's like this page right here. Little fight sequence. How many have you sold so far? Of these ones, I think about 100. And then I got Butch Cleaver 2 right here. This is like the origin. So you could see him as a kid. You know. Yeah, this is old school. See, little Vecna, huh? Nah, but yeah, not really. But yeah, man, it's a continuation, but it's also this one. It's also his origin. Let's see. How many have you sold so far? 2? My toddler poops better pictures in his diaper. Whenever I hear that, I think of Baby Herman. My stogie. Wah! You got. Let's see here. Right there. This is. It's that one. Let's see. Yeah, your shit's getting a little gay now, bro. Like it's kind of fun, but it's just a little too trolly. It is kind of funny though. Let's see here. Who colored it? I colored it. But I know what you got on your brain, Willie. Yeah. All right. Willie got Willies on the brain. And Superman will take out the Justice League. Or Batman will. He'll take them all out. Submitting to the Justice League. Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. We had Bozo the Clown in here the other night. He was pretty funny. Or I forgot his name. He was a literal clown though. He was like kind of like Pennywise mixed with Gacy a little bit. Yeah, it was funny. All right. Working on these steps right here. But that's how it is, man. That's the world. Let's see. Did you write the story too? Like you did the typing? Oh yeah, I did everything. Yep, it's good to learn like everything you can. You know, the first book, the lettering's not that great. The second book, the lettering I got better at it. Same thing with some of the coloring. And if I was to like start coloring books now, I got better towards the end of the second issue. But I don't like coloring because it just takes forever. That's why now I'm just doing like pencils, inks, and writing. Let's see here. Is that Mutant Spunk that you're drawing? No, I'm drawing King Crom. Sorry. It's gonna go into a anthology. Let's see, Bahia. Gazunk. Thanks for stopping by, man. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it right. And this is gonna be hopefully part of the Crom Anthology. It'll be next year. This is the Crom Anthology #1. This just came out. It's a bunch of short Crom stories from a bunch of different indie creators. It's 250 pages. It's thick, man. You can go over to cromthebarbarian.com. I put a link in the description last time, but I kind of just went live tonight. But it also has like some old school like stories in here that they reprinted, like Arabian Nights. They really build up on the Crom lore. It's pretty cool. What's up, Phils? Thanks for stopping by. There's also some prose stories in here of Crom. It's really cool. Badass. I like this artist. It's really awesome too. And yeah, like this one right here, Eric Kahn. It's a reprint of an old school comic. You know, a lot of people wouldn't see these unless they were in here from back in the day. The Visitor, and I like that. I like that print right there. It's just nice and dark. The paper is nice and creamy. And then you have like the artist kind of shout outs in the back, like the indie artists. It's pretty cool. So I'd recommend you guys check this out, man. It's pretty cool. It's Crom Anthology #1. If you're into that type like sword and sorcery thing, you're gonna dig it. Let's see here. Check it out. Yeah. How you doing, YouTube? New 23Y. Sorry. Can I find those books like a place that they sell comics? No, this is underground, man. You got to go to cromthebarbarian.com. Yeah. It's all about the OG underground shit, man. What kind of pencil are you using? Oh, for me, the pencil I use, let me show you. I'm not using it right now because I've erased it all. But to do it in the beginning, I was using a pencil. I use pencils. I use a pencil and an eraser. Sorry, one sec. I like using these Pentel ones, same company, kind of the mechanical ones. This is a 0.5, and then I use this Tombow eraser, man. This thing's a game changer, just to get in there and do like the highlights, you know, the veins, all that stuff, the lightning, all that shit. Let's see. I haven't had any creamy pages since I was 13. Whoa. See, I want to be the book. He uses a Faber-Castell for American pencil. Oh, a #2. Let's see. Yeah, Faber-Castells, man. Like one of my favorite. Another artist too. Like, is one of my favorites that I forgot because there's so many. Is Kyle Hotz. He uses Faber-Castell like dip pen or not dip pens, like pit pens and markers and stuff. He has some of the coolest artwork you'll ever see. Check out Kyle Hotz with a Z, HOTZ on Instagram. Like one of the best artists alive today. He don't fuck around. How is my shading game? You know what? I don't really do shading too much, to be honest. Because I usually do like I usually just do a lot of line, and then I do most of my art style comes in on the inking. Oh wow, 42 likes. You guys are awesome. Because yeah, I kind of don't go heavy. I used to go heavy on the detail and the penciling. A lot of people do that. I don't do that anymore because I end up erasing most of it anyway. I'm just like, that's just extra work. And then I just leave that for the inking stage. Personally. But I like to do that, you know? Like if I wasn't gonna ink it, oh, you best believe I'm gonna throw up a gang of lines on here. Then yeah, I would be shading stuff. I do shade stuff a little bit though. Now to be honest, I do it for more like effects and stuff. Because sometimes I use pencil as instead of gray wash, instead of ink wash. Sometimes you can get a similar effect with just regular pencil getting in there. It looks kind of gritty too. I like that. Let's see here. Did you ever seen a comic book back in the 90s? It was called Evil Ernie. I love how many yeah, I love Evil Ernie, man. Evil Ernie's the shit, son. Hollywood Stream Sniper. Good job, dude. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I love Evil Ernie, man. Him and Lobo need to do like another crossover. I think they did one. I'm not sure. MTV's the head. What's up? Mock and David 187. Dude, the Max, bro. That was my jam, you know. Yeah, those were all cool though, man. I never really watched the head too much because I was just like obsessed with the Max. But now I should go check that out. You know, I was watching an Aeon Flux. Yeah, I was watching a movie last night called was it Frankie Frico? It was funny, man. It's like an 80s kind of throwback 80s style movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's like this kind of like white dorky dude from the 80s calls this guy to come and like help him become like a party animal. And it's a bunch of these little like gremlin kind of like garbage pail kids, but they go in there and they start fucking up his house, and then they shoot him in the neck. And then his boss wants him to come to work, kind of like Lumberg from Office Space. He wants him to come in on Saturday and shred documents because the boss had a bunch of he spent a bunch of money on the company's dime, and he wants him to shred the documents on camera. But I passed out. And I didn't finish the movie. I want to watch it, but it's from the director of Psycho Gorman and Deathstalker, Kostansky, and The Void. I don't know if you guys seen The Void. I still got to check that out. That movie looks fucking pretty brutal, man. But the guy, the director, he uses a lot of puppets, man, and he uses a lot of old school like 80s and 90s effects, so it kind of has that old like nostalgia feel to him. But he's a great director. I love his style. Let's see here. I'm gonna catch up with you guys. Steve Jackson's artwork is crazy. Got to check it out. The Max is the dragon head dude, right? The Max is the purple guy with the big like lampshade. You know, it's got like the big teeth. He's got the orange claws. Yeah, his mom just came in the room to tell him to be quiet. You're funny. Psycho Gorman was fire. It was like R-rated villain Power Ranger movie. Yep, it was. Check out Frankie Frico. It's the same director, and he uses the puppets. Check out Deathstalker too. Check out Deathstalker as well. Deathstalker is his like sword and sorcery movie. He's got his Barbarian. It's a remake. Go check it out. It just came out. Frankie Frico came out a couple months ago. It's like Frankie Frico is like a cross between Cool World, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Ghoulies, fucking Garbage Pail Kids, and Puppet Master and Gremlin and Gremlin. Sorry, voice is cracking like a 14-year-old tonight. Let's see here. Alicia Gallagher. Oh my God. Hi. Hey, how you doing? I'm 10. You're 10. This probably isn't a good stream for you to be jumping on. Might be a little too much for you, kid. I'd recommend you probably go watch something more age appropriate. Let's see. Steve Jackson. That mad bad taste. I don't know. I'm from New Zealand. Oh, okay. I have a lot of these. I have all these movies that you speak of, and I'm not trolling. Okay, I have a library of about 3,000 Blu-rays and shit. Cat. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I got a lot of Blu-rays. Not that many though. Yeah, I got DVDs too. It's all about the physical media though, man. It's all about the physical media. Let's see here. VHS is great too, though, man. I kind of like VHS a little bit. They have their benefits. VHS kind of keeps things in a smoke and mirror format. You know what I mean? I think once you start getting so high def, it takes a lot of the magic out of the movie. Like you don't want to see where they glued the makeup on all the time. You know, you want a little bit of the smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean? It's you gotta have that in there. Personally, I think DVD is a sweet spot. I think DVD is right there at the sweet spot. I think once you start getting the Blu-ray, it gets a little too high def. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, but I got to finish that movie, Frankie Frico. It was stupid, but it was funny. Like, kind of stupid funny in a genius way. Because that director, man, everything he puts out. The Void, though, that's the same director. That's like everyone tells me that movie is brutal. It's like his Lovecraft movie, and he uses all kinds of puppets and gore and practical effects. Let's see. Let's see. Who name is Matt? I'm Matt. Let's see here. New Zealand self-taught artists. Yeah. New Zealand's just, that's Middle Earth, man. Watching Nose on 4K is not recommended. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely DVD or VHS. I'm a data disc type guy. Yeah, Frankie Frico. It's on Prime right now. It's free. Deathstalker just came out, so that movie is on. It's on Prime, but it's like $6. But it's cool, man. He made like 30 different monsters in that movie. It's like, wow. And then he designed the movie for Daniel Bernhardt, which was like, for all the Jean-Claude Van Damme fans out there, Bernhardt was like poor man Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was doing like the sequels to like Bloodsport and whatnot. But he's perfect for like a barbarian dude, like a, you know, good. And he did a great job in the movie. He kind of acted like Ash from Evil Dead a lot. A little bit of that, a little bit of Hellboy thrown in there, you know. It was a funny movie. It was good. And the dude from Frankie Frico, he was in there too. The white boy, the nerd. He played like this asshole like Prince in one of the scenes. It's funny. Yeah. So I'm saying I like following like directors, man. Let's see here. Let's see, Kev Steelwood Green. That's some insane skill. May I ask if you could draw the whole picture? Oh, show the whole picture? Yeah. Thanks, man. Let's see here. Juanito, pero no es mexicanos, por favor. I can give you his name if you want. Okay. Donnie. Okay. Anubis, Guardian of the Dead. Hey, how you doing, man? And that name's pretty metal. All right, let me try to zoom out a little bit. Zoom up. You can see it a little bit better. Let me just zoom out for you. All right, so that's the whole drawing right there. Deathstalker from DC Comics. No, it's the Deathstalker remake. It was an 80s like knockoff Conan the Barbarian by Roger Corman. Yeah, so they remade that movie. Kostansky, the director of Psycho Gorman, did a phenomenal job. I think it's even better than the original. That sir is sincerely awesome. I'm gonna start drawing again. Thanks to you. Absolutely love your style. Thank you, man. Trolling aside, you got mad skills. Oh, talent. Thank you, man. Yeah. No, we like trolls. We like trolls over here. We like the trolling. Keeps us on our toes. The trolls keeps us on our toes. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to up my game, you know. I'm trying to up my game. 2026. It's all about kicking yesterday's version of you in the ass, you know. That's all you got to worry about. Little baby steps too, and doesn't need to be profound. Kicking the ass, just a little something. A little bit of something, better than a whole lot of nothing. Remember that. Those gains, they'll come. Altered Beast for Sega. Oh, I think I remembered that game. Oh, it sounds so familiar. I also I really like werewolf movies, and there's this like 90s werewolf kind of schlocky movie where Kane Hodder plays this cybernetic werewolf. Oh, it looked fucking cool, man. I forgot the name of it though. I think it's on Tubi. Tubi's my jam though. Tubi's my favorite streaming service, like hands down. It's just right now there's a lot of stuff that's coming out, like Primal season 3 and a bunch of movies out, but I don't really need any streaming service. Tubi's kind of got everything I want on it. I remember Sword and the Sorcerer movie. Great. Yeah, that movie's great, dude. I think the top Sword and Sorcery, or I call them barbarian movies, because you can have Sword and Sorcery without barbarians, but all these movies, they're Conan knockoffs, so they got barbarians. The first one, the best, obviously, is Conan the Barbarian. I think my second favorite for sure would be The Beastmaster. That movie's awesome. Third for me would be Deathstalker. Fourth would be The Sword and the Sorcerer. And the fifth one, it's kind of hard. I kind of, maybe The Barbarians with the twin brothers. That movie was pretty funny too. Yeah. Oh, okay. I remember that game Primal Fear too. That was pretty awesome. Oh, it's like Beastmaster. Oh, okay. Yeah, the 80s, man, they were just so full of ideas and fun. I remember a guy at work back in the day, he was always telling me, like, the 80s was the best time. They had the best movies. And I was like, no, it wasn't. It was the 70s. You're tripping. Like everything was better in the 70s, like The Exorcist and The Shining. I was naming a bunch of movies, but in retrospect, Homeboy was right. The 80s did have the best shit. Like, if you kind of like tally it all up, so many movies. So many good movies. It's crazy. Crazy. Primal Rage. Metal Beast with Kane Hodder. Oh, that's the name of the movie, Metal Beast. Okay. All right. Yeah. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. Maybe I'll watch Frankie Frico and then I'll watch Metal Beast because I think that one's on Tubi. Yeah, because that channel, like I was citing earlier, that Marvelous Videos channel, that channel is awesome. You know, like you want werewolf movies? Here's a list of werewolf movies. You want werewolf lore? Here's some fucking werewolf lore. You know, they got like 20 people like working on that channel, so they're just like coughing up videos. You know, just shooting videos all over the place. Like cool like lore drops too. You know, every day, every fucking day. It's kind of amazing actually. Let's see here. Sorry guys, trying to keep up with you guys and. I remember the Twin Barbarian. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I just watched it the other like couple months ago. Nicole Collins, thanks for stopping by. Your line work is superb. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Have you seen The Sadness? No, I have not. Sounds pretty fucked up. I walked in on the that new one with Demi Moore and Dennis Quaid. My wife was watching it. The Substance. That was pretty brutal, man. I just saw the ending of it. When the girl, you know, where it had Demi Moore with the bald head, you know, she was yeah, that was I think it just kind of sums up Hollywood for the most part. It really just kind of, this is Hollywood. It's a good thing to show your kids, you know, when they want to be like oh, I want to be a singer or a pop star, you know, go watch The Substance when they're, you know, at the appropriate age. What about Dolph Lundgren and Masters of the Universe? Dolph Lundgren and Masters of the Universe. Oh, I love that movie. I hold my pen like this just for the effect that I'm doing. Because I'm trying to do like this little dab, trying to make these stairs look like stone. So I'm doing it like that. But I might be holding my hand kind of weird. I got some fucked up fingers. See, pinkies are all messed up. So, and yeah, that is my wife coming in the room. All right. Oh, that dude called it. He's like, his wife coming in the room, telling him to shut up. She ain't telling me to shut up, but yeah, she's coming to the room for sure. Let's see. Demi Moore still looking fire for Asia. That's sad what happened to Bruce Willis, man. All these guys. I seen Stallone, man. He had a cane the other night. It's like, fuck. Heroes are just dropping like flies. Arnold didn't get his final Conan movie. Ron Perlman and Del Toro, they're not going to do their final Hellboy movie. Let's see. I was just born like that. I don't know, man. You have to talk to my mom about that. Yeah, Bruce Willis, it's... Now we're going to do some big ones right here. Yeah, Freak, right? I don't know, man. Might have been laying on my hands in there in the womb, where I was like just fisting up, like just getting mad, all frustrated, like Bruce Banner in the womb. Dude, my kid, when he was in the womb, he was boxing like scrap-a-bapping in the womb, just hitting the shit like Rocky hitting the side of meat. I'm like, this fool's pissed, bro. I can't wait to meet him. And then when he was born, he's chill, but love that guy. He's full of energy, that kid. All right. I mean, I know he was doing what movie was it? I think it was Pulp Fiction. He was there. No, it was Sin City. He was filming Sin City with Robert Rodriguez, and he was playing shows in Austin, Texas when they were filming it just for fun, you know, because he's doing the blues stuff. But yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna have to check that out. Die Hard has got to be like one of his best movies. Yeah, yeah, let's just say it. It's his best movie. I mean, Pulp Fiction's good. Sin City's good. Bunch of other Die Hards are good, but that first Die Hard, that's the best one. Yeah, Greetings from India. Yeah, dude. Oh yeah. I read Emilio wrote Maximum Overdrive 2, but they're not going to make it. They might make it. They might make it, dude. Bruce Willis was in Blues Brothers. I didn't know that. Same for Patrick Swayze. He put out a record too. Oh, that's crazy. What was I going to say? Because Emilio Estevez, he wrote a new trilogy for Young Guns. They're working on Young Guns 3 right now. It's going to have him in it. It's going to have Lou Diamond Phillips. Also Christian Slater. They're all coming back because they never got murdered on screen. They never got murdered on screen, so they're going to bring them back. And there's a whole like Bushy Bill side of the story where there's this man. I don't know if you guys are familiar. There's this man named Bushy Bill that claimed he was Billy the Kid, and that's why in the end of Young Guns 2 you see that old timer. Yep, I'm Billy the Kid. So they're going to use that angle. And there's been some evidence that claims that guy Bushy Bill that claimed he was Billy the Kid probably was, but it's not 100% accurate. But for a way for Emilio to kick off a trilogy of movies, fuck yeah, roll with it. Who cares? Let's have some fun. He's gonna go down to Mexico and he's gonna train and help out Pancho Villa. That's what's gonna happen in the new Young Guns movie. I'm fucking excited for that shit. I'm all for the legacy sequels, man. I don't give a fuck. Let's see here. I love the Young Guns flicks. What's the surf movie? What's that surf movie? Are you talking about Point Break? The one with Patrick Swayze and Johnny Utah. John Wick, Keanu Reeves. It might be Point Break. Yeah, that movie's a good movie, man. That's a solid. That's like a movie like where you don't need. They remade it too. I never watched the remake. That's just one of those movies that's kind of perfect in some ways. You don't really touch it, you know. Yeah, it's a good movie. I think that's probably like Patrick Swayze's best movie, like low key, in a way. And Ghost is good, and Roadhouse is good, but there's something about Point Break. He really just nailed that the bad guy. You know, it's believable too. Yeah, and then watching that movie when I seen Point Break, someone put it up. Someone told me at the comic store. I'm not going to claim ownership of it, but he was like, Johnny Utah, that's Keanu. He should play Silver Surfer. And I was like, dude, he's Norrin Rad, bro. He's totally Keanu Reeves could play Silver Surfer. He's perfect. The remake is dog shit. Remake sucks. Nicolas Cage did one recently called The Surfer. I want to see The Surfer. That looks awesome. Two Tacos. Yeah, I love tacos. That's my favorite food. Silver Bullet's awesome. I love Silver Bullet. One of the best werewolf movies ever made. Fucking OG Point Break is so fire. Yeah, that movie Silver Bullet, dude. And then that's Stephen King. And then there's also Bernie Wrightson did a calendar for it because it's like a novella. Bernie Wrightson, the master of the macabre. Lost the stream for a second. Here we go. Yeah, The Surfer looked great. It also had Julian McMahon in it that played the first Doctor Doom. I actually thought he did a great job, and I thought he was great cast for Doctor Doom. I just thought the movie, they didn't really give him that much to work with, but what he had, he did sell the Doctor Doom, you know. I would have definitely made him more Eastern European. I'm like, dude, you're going to have to put on an accent. We're going to put it in Latveria a bit. But that was one of the last movies he was in. I guess he played the antagonist in there. I've seen him in the trailer. He kind of looks unrecognizable. I think he was probably on the last train out when he was filming it. It looked like that movie Cats. I never watched that one with everyone running around with their tails. I think it was like the Broadway one. There was also the Sleepwalkers one. I saw part of that. That movie was kind of weird. Yeah, the OG Point Break and Heat are two of my favorite action movies. Yeah, Heat, I could see that being like, you know, one of the best action movies ever. For me, it's not my favorite. Damn it. But I think Terminator 2 is the best action movie of all time. It's not my favorite, but I think it's the best. It's just simply the best. That's my humble opinion. It just kind of has everything in there, and it's an iconoclast. It's got the Hasta La Vista Baby. You know, it's got the Terminator 2 running around like fucking 1,000 miles an hour. Like he's literally running around that fast. And Robert Patrick. It's got like cutting edge special effects. It's relevant as fuck. Like right now. I mean, that doesn't really matter, but it's got cool, good fight scenes in it. It's got great gun battles in it. It's got great. The chase scene is excellent. The car chase scenes. There's 2 car chases in that movie. Yeah, the movie's awesome. Yeah, yeah. I do like the Terminator franchise, but I didn't like the last 2 Terminator movies that much, to be honest. But I like the Terminator. I like Terminator 2. I like Rise of the Machines. I like Salvation, and then after that, you kind of lost me. I did like Salvation a lot. Let's see here. The effects in T2 hold up better today than most movies made today. Yeah, that's been a big topic of discussion over the last, I'd say maybe year or two, just on the internet and in just like the zeitgeist and general populace. I think the conclusion is that during those times we had people that were real computer generative artists that were, the artists of the computer, and they would, work their asses off. They would also use like in Jurassic Park, still holds up, I think. They would use models too, and they would splice them. And now it's just like product, really. Like once America makes something, for an example, they find a cheap way to do it and they mass produce it. And that's the same thing with effects, like you watch one movie now and there's like 20 different effects teams that do one movie, and they all do different shots, So, Marvel is on its way out. Avengers Doomsday is going to be what kills the franchise. I think it's already dead, to be honest, man. It's just a crawling corpse at this juncture. The effects in T2, okay, yeah. T3 was surprisingly good. Yeah, T3 was dope, dude. He's like choke slamming her and tombstoning her, and there's that scene. It's pretty cool, man, when he's carrying the coffin and he's in the graveyard. I like that. I guess the stupidest scene in the movie was just kind of like, where he's like, talk to the hand. He's got the stupid glasses on. It was funny, but it's like, I don't know. Probably wouldn't have put that in there personally. I would have thought of something a little more, I don't know, something. Yeah. Talk to the hand. I wanted to meet that guy at least once. Yeah. I met Lou Ferrigno. He was kind of an ass. I met him back in the day. So me and my pops used to watch The Incredible Hulk. Love that show. Yeah. The first one I watched though was The Incredible Hulk meets Thor. That crossover. It was like a TV movie. Excuse me. Then I went back and started watching the older ones a little bit. Yeah. Weird Al? Yeah, my buddy in high school, his mom said she went to high school with him. She swore. And she said even in high school, everybody called him Weird Al. Yeah, and he was fucking weird. I'm like, yeah, Weird Al. Yeah, I get it. Kind of makes sense. I haven't seen the Harry Potter, or was it Daniel Radcliffe plays him in a biopic? I wanted to watch it, though. It looked entertaining, because I think Weird Al's a genius. That guy is fucking hilarious, man. I just put my kids on the food album with Fat and Eat It. They love that. Yeah, I like watching the Amish Paradise. That one's great. But over the years, I don't know, man. It's a newer song, but maybe it's just because I played out the food album. I had that on tape. We used to tape, like back then. I don't know. I like White and Nerdy. I think White and Nerdy is genius. That one gets me every time. I think that's a funny song. You see me rolling, little bit white and nerdy. Gonna catch me white and nerdy. Roll with the gangsters. Yeah, tapes are cool, man. That was one of my dad's favorite things. He used to love taping things. He taped all the cartoons back in the day. Like Gargoyles, Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman the Animated Series. I told him, hey, Dad, I like George Carlin. Can you tape me some George Carlin? He's like, no problem. He taped me all the George Carlins from HBO, like 11 think 11 hours. I think he squeezed, I don't know how many on one tape, but he'd always get a kick out of seeing how many hours of something he could squeeze on one tape. That was his thing. And I still got them. I still got the motherfuckers. I saved all of them. Decoded product. Thanks for stopping by, man. You're 35? Hey, that's cool. I'm 42. Yeah, George Collins' my favorite. Yeah. And a lot of the stuff, like, towards the end, and even, you know, all the time, actually, the jokes that he was saying, it was just like facts. He was just saying facts, but the way he would present it as a joke, as performative art, people would laugh at it, you know? It's like, that's funny because it's true. But like all good comedy, you know, being a comedian is the most brutal art form, I think. I really do believe that. Because it's one thing to get up in front of an audience and play a song every fucking week, you know, especially if you're like in a metal band, you know, and if you're in like a, you know, screaming death metal band, you can kind of scream your way out of shit, out of certain situations, you know. But if you're a comedian and you're going to new towns every night and you got the same fucking joke, that's pretty rough, man. You know, that's why now I see why comedians, they buy material from people, because it's hard. You know that he was the conductor / storyteller on the show Thomas the Tank Engine in the 90s. Oh, no, I didn't know that. I could see that, though. Guy was smart. I know he started out on like Playboy TV, or Playboy Night. It was a nighttime show. Yeah. Then I remember I remember him in Bill and Ted. That was like the first time I ever saw who he was, you know. I didn't even know he was a comedian or anything. But, you know, you see these little, like, you know, the words you can't say, you know, the curse words. That kind of gets people like, oh, okay. And then he starts talking about product and the consumer and all that. Kind of gets you interested. Oh, this guy's funny. This guy's a genius. You sound like Hank from Breaking Bad. Steve England. Sorry, man. Yeah, my voice is just all over the place. It's been kind of weird lately. I feel like something, I don't know, happened to it or something. Yeah, like this year, too. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm getting older or something. I know your taste buds change every 7 years. But my voice would always go like in and out because I would throw my voice out. I used to do I've been in a couple bands. I would do like melodic death metal, you know, screaming and growling and shit. So my voice would go out a lot. So I'd usually have like a hoarse voice. Let's see here. Can you say they're minerals, Marie? It's quite sweet of him. It's nice to see different sides of people like him. You never see someone taking a shit while running at full speed. Yeah, exactly. England, man. I'd like to go to England someday, man. You guys got it pretty rough over there right now, though. With all those like laws and stuff about free speech. Yeah, yikes. Do want to go over there though, man. I wanted to get some beer and some fish and chips, you know. Same thing with Ireland. I want to head out over there. That's where a lot of my blood comes from. Yeah, check out some Irish castles. I want to go to Germany though, man. That's the spot. That's the number one spot I'm gonna go. I'm going to Germany. They got fucking everything over there. Everything that I'm into, anyways. For that old world like appeal. Excuse me. Yeah, Ireland's beautiful. Yeah, not worth visiting England at the moment. Yeah, it's fucked up, dude. It's sad. It's real sad. I'm gonna step away real quick, guys. I'm gonna go get a little bit of that whiskey real quick and some ice. I'll be back in about a minute. Thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. You guys are awesome. I'll put this up here real quick. All right. Let's see here. A bottle of Schreiderbaugh. Yeah, I've never had Schreiderbaugh. Yeah, it's nice to have Friday off for a little bit, man. It's been a rough, rare week. A very profound week, I should say. But yeah, cheers, guys. Cheers to you, Pops. All right. Finish up these stairs right here. Oh, man. Look at it in the mirror real quick. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to start working on a little bit. Oh, okay, yeah. Damn, you really got your Breaking Bad on point. Yeah, that show's great. I got to finish watching, go back and watch that again. It's a good show. The Breaking Bad. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. I'm just waiting just a second. Trying to get some ideas real fast. What I want to do. Okay. All right. I think I might start dropping some inks right now, or maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll leave that. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit. Do a little bit more inking on some of these dudes right here. Let's see here. I'm gonna use this one. It's tight. Oh, thanks, man. Decoded. Oh, sorry. We're moving up right here. Fun fact: my ancestors funded Brummel, England, named after their last name. Founded. Okay, that's cool. After they came here to the States, they changed the spelling to Brumley, which is my last name, meaning I'm white as fuck. Yeah, my last name is Burke. And I think when there was a lot of people, because a lot of people back in the day, man, they would come from the same town. So a lot of people would just take the town that they came from and they'd land in Ellis Island. And, you know, from my understanding, that's what I heard. But yeah, like my last name's Burke and it was B-U-R-K. And then my great grandpa, you know, put an E at the end, I think, to make it sound more American. He said, go figure. It's pretty funny, though, nevertheless. Right. Your completion is not complete yet. Push pin. No, I'm still gonna be messing with this thing for a while. Just kind of letting this piece speak to me a little bit, you know. But when it's done, you know. Might be something missing from it. I could be done and I'll still go in and I'll add stuff. Like these guys, they might need more rocky things popping out of their skin, you know. Stuff like that. You can go in and fix that. Stevie England. Lots of surnames come from their ancestors' jobs. Like Smith comes from blacksmith. Oh yeah. And then from when you go to Scandinavia, like Anderson is son of Anderson. How much time does it take at most? Oh, these drawings, whew, at least 8 hours, bro. And I do it on stream. This I could get it done quicker. Could probably get it done in. No, this would take me like 8 hours for sure. Yeah, but on the streams it takes me like 12 hours because I sit here and I just chill. You know, this is and I just hang out and talk to the chat here to answer questions and hang out and just kick it. Just live streaming, Sometimes we'll get like other comic book creators will jump in from the little indie YouTube scene we got. We'll say what up. We'll talk about books. But yeah. Usually the pieces take me like 6 to 10 hours for like a whole page like this. This really depends. Depends on how much detail and stuff. Christmas is coming. I seen a let's see here. Do you know about India? I don't know much about India. I think it's kind of fascinating though, a little bit. Some of the things about India. I think that I've watched a couple of horror movies from there, and forgot the name of the one where it's like in this house and then there's like this ghost inside of this like courtyard within the house. It's pretty scary. I also know about the monkey gangs that travel through the cities and attack people. I think that's pretty scary. I know other things too, but I watched another movie called Extraction with Chris Hemsworth. Fucking awesome. It's in India. Kind of gives it a different perspective, you know what I mean? Which thing of India do you like? Also, the films are pretty cool. They're interesting. Some of the Bollywood stuff. There's a metal band too from India. I forgot the name of them. They're pretty interesting. Yeah, they're called like I forgot something like Bollywood, but with a metal like fringe name to it. I forgot the name of the band though. I was like, oh, this shit's pretty heavy. Soap 8858. How you doing, man? Yep. But yeah, I like your the movies are cool. I like some of the curry you guys make. You guys are pretty nice people, Seems like you guys are really making a lot of cool entertainment over there. I think it'd be a fun place to tell some stories. I mean, from my perspective, that's actually something I've talked about before. It's a very underutilized setting. That's why I liked Extraction so much. It's not the main reason I like the movie, but it's one of them. I thought it was cool. Got more love to spread. Take care, everybody. You too, man. Have a great weekend. Got to get that Christmas shopping going. Santa's coming. The elf on the shelf, they're no fun either. Little assholes. Up to no good. Okay, apart from this work, what else do you do? Yeah, this is pretty much it, man. I do this. I like playing music too. Not playing music, but doing vocals for metal. I'll play a little guitar, but I'm not really that good. And then I I'm a blue collar working guy, dude. I've done a lot of blue collar stuff, retail, that type of shit. That's pretty much it. I make comic books too. I write. That's what I do. Nothing crazy. Nothing too special. Get that shield in there. All right. That. Right now, I'm going in, adding some little bit of line weights to these guys, making them pop out a little bit. What game franchises are you a fan of? Me, I like, well, if you want to start back from the beginning, Legends of Zelda. I like Darksiders. I like God of War. I like Castlevania Lords of Shadow, specifically that time. I like that one a lot. those two games where you get to play as Dracula in the second game. That was fucking awesome. I liked Red Dead, the Red Dead series. I really like the Conan game a lot. Really like that game. I like the Viking game. I'm a fan of a lot of those franchises, but I haven't been playing games that much over the past few years. Just ran through the Hollow Knight games, currently playing through those. Well, that's cool. Do you draw requests? Sometimes I do, man. It's just usually these pieces they take me a while, so it's usually just kind of just drawing this, and this is gonna go for that. Or I'll do a vote on the community tab. Usually I'll have like I'll put something up like for Halloween. I had a vote like for different people battling it out. Like I put up Jason X versus New Nightmare Freddy. That was one option. The next option was Bad Ash from Army of Darkness versus Lord Sauron from Lord of the Rings. The other option was Victor Crowley from the Hatchet franchise versus Hobo Michael Myers from Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And then the final one was David from David from An American Werewolf in London's, werewolf versus Eddie from The Howling. Those two werewolves, was going to have them fight. So I had all those in there. Like, which fight do you want me to draw? And everyone voted for, not everyone, but the majority voted for Sauron versus Bad Ash. More international people come to your live, bro. Yeah, I get people from all over, man. It's crazy. As a big of a movie fan that I am, I've never seen the Lord of the Rings. Just seemed boring to me. Yeah, you got to watch Lord of the Rings, man. It's like the best. It's arguably the best movie of all. I consider it just like one big story. So it's the best movie of all time. And it's the perfect time to get into it, bro. You know why? Because the extended edition, it's coming to theaters next month. It's like a 4-hour cut, and it's probably my favorite movie out of all 6 of them, including the Hobbit trilogy. They're fucking metal, man. They're awesome. Of all the movies that you were naming tonight and stuff, topics and such, I'm surprised you don't love Lord of the Rings. It's really cool. Yeah, you just gotta, it's just sometimes when people tell you a bunch of shit and a lot of shit's popular, you just kind of like, fuck that. I'm not gonna check that shit out. You got to kind of come to it on your own accord. But chances are about 85% sure you're going to be like, yeah, this shit's fucking awesome. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have been watching it all the time. But a lot of the time when it's people telling you shit and it's popular, it's like, fuck that, you know. But I guarantee you, dude, I'm like pretty sure you're gonna like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's gonna have some boring parts in it probably. There's a lot of heart and love and stuff in there, you know, but there's a lot of brutality and things of that nature. Because Tolkien, he kept rewriting it. He fought in the last war that had horses, and then he watched, everything with the machinations of technology with the Nazis, and he incorporated that in there. And then you have all the different Scandinavian folklore that he puts in there, which is pretty cool. So you get a lot of kind of, I don't know if you're into that type of stuff. I know I am. So that was cool. But if you just come at it from like, you can come at it from like a nerdy like academic level angle, and it's cool. But you can also come at it from other angles. I've only recently just watched Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. You seem like a professional creator. I'm a pro. I just, I don't get that much work. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. Yeah, it doesn't really get much better than Lord of the Rings. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like the best shit ever. My favorite movie is Conan. I'll put that shit up there with Lord of the Rings. I don't give a fuck. Conan, RoboCop, and Bram Stoker's Dracula. Those are my favorite movie. They're all tied. Well, I don't know. I do like RoboCop and Conan more than Dracula. Now that let's see. I love big women. Yeah. A lot of people like big women. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. All right, we got that. Nah, man, most Steven Seagal's movies. I like some Steven Seagal movies. I like Under Siege Part 1. Part 2 was okay. I like Above the Law and Out for Justice. Those are my favorite Steven Seagal movies. And I think I like Under Siege is probably his best. I think that's his magnum opus. But what is it? Out for Justice? I think that's my favorite. The one where he's the one with him and William Forsythe. That's probably my favorite one. Where he's running around time. He's real skinny, running around town, trying to find William Forsythe. And Forsythe's like all coked out. Yeah, that's like, yeah, it doesn't get any better than that for me, anyways. Entertaining. Me being two GBA's big women. You would like to watch Bollywood's Bahubali movie. Huh. Have to check that out. Yeah, I like watching foreign films. Let's see, the one where he plays Slap with the kidnapper from Dumb and Dumb. Probably, dude. Probably. I'd have to check it out again. I think he does, like in like a deli or something like that. That's probably it. But that's what he does, though. He's always smacking motherfuckers up, smacking the shit out of motherfuckers. I know a lot of it's kind of fake, like it doesn't really, but it's fun to watch, entertaining. Let's see here. Kill was a decent Bollywood movie. I play Slap with big women. Patty Cake. Was it like on Roger Rabbit? It's funny. Yeah, I don't really travel too much, man. No. No, I would like to travel though. That'd be cool. Most definitely. It's better than buying a house in this country, man. People pay mortgages, to land that isn't even theirs. Spend their whole life doing it. Might as well rent a house and go on vacation. At that rate, it's ridiculous. So I got to pay a property tax after my mortgage is paid off. That's like, what the fuck? Let's see here. Baby Sharko, American artist, the worst. The worst. I don't know about that, buddy. You ever heard of Frank Frazetta? American art's the best. The best. I disagree. The best. Who you got? Probably gonna start naming a bunch of Japanese dudes. Let's see here. That's right, brother. Complete the painting. Yeah, I'm gonna try to. Now there's great artists all over the world. Now my favorite artists, yeah, they're from America. Simple. America and Britain is what it is. Everyone's got their favorites. Sure, a lot of people like the Japanese artists, especially with the the manga, the mongers. My favorite artist is from America, but the real America, the one that isn't called America. The Shadow America. I don't know what America you're talking about. There's only one. I mean, there's two. There's South America. If that's what you're talking about. Otherwise, you got me. You watch Metalocalypse? Fuck yeah, I watch Metalocalypse. I got I got the comics too. I got the crossover with the Goon. Wish I could. They're going on tour with the Mon Marth, man. It's going to be the a Marth Clock tour that just announced yesterday. It's fucking awesome. To be honest, though, I wasn't a big fan of that musical, that Swan song they did. That last, I wish they would just do fucking episodes. Episodes with just not the musical. It was okay, but it was just like, not my cup of tea. Probably go back and check it out again later. The picture reminds me of a scene from that show. Yeah, I could see that. Definitely. Yeah, I do love that show though. I got the DVDs, but now I have HBO, so it's usually on Adult Swim, so I can watch it whenever I want. But yeah, that show always brings a smile to my face. I always forget about that show too. What's your favorite show? It's definitely in my top 10. Metalocalypse, Ash vs. Evil Dead, Primal. The X-Files was pretty good back in the day. They got some good shit. Breaking Bad's good. Trying to think too. There's more. I can't even think of all of them right now. I really like Married with Children growing up. I really liked The Simpsons back in the day growing up. Yeah, there's a lot of TV. A lot of TV. Game of Thrones, it's like whatever. A lot of people love that shit. It's like adult, like it's like adult Lord of the Rings, man. They need to make a Conan show, is what they need to do. Let's see here. You watched The Last of Us? No, I haven't watched that. Love their music. Yeah, I love um yeah, Brendan Small is awesome, dude. Yeah. Great music. I want to go see him on tour. I seen him on a Marth at the Honda Center over in Anaheim about last year. My buddy scored some tickets. He had an extra one. That was fun. I saw them in Cannibal Corpse. I was lucky. Got to see Corpse before I died. Let's see here. Love their music. You watched Last of Us? No, I don't. Walking Dead was pretty good too. I like season 3 up until like season 3 or so. Up until kind of like Negan, it was okay. Some of the Negan stuff. NPCs watch Game of Thrones only because it has blonde, blue-eyed males in it. Mama's Family. Yeah, Game of Thrones. It's got its moments. It's got its moments. It's got some cool shit in there. I like characters like the Hound in the Mountain. I like the Hound a lot. He's probably my favorite character. I really related to the Hound. Like he was just a good character. He didn't really do much, but I don't know. I thought he was cool. Mama's Family. I mean, the Family Guy was pretty funny in some spots. It was pretty funny in some spots. Hard to believe he's the same guy from the show Home movies. Yeah, he was also in that movie Hot Fuzz. Remember that? He was just like yarp, yarp. Hot Fuzz is great too. But I gotta say, guys, like in the last like 10 years, the best show I've seen on TV is Primal. The cartoon, it's Primal. I really dig that. I really dug that show. For me, Primal is our generation's Conan. Kind of is Fang, Spear and Fang, in its own way, right? I wanted to get some T-shirts. I went over to Timu. They had so many fucking Primal T-shirts. That show's getting popular now too. I remember like a lot of people never even heard of it. Still a lot of people don't know about it. But I started putting people up on game. Like you never heard of Primal? Go over to Timu. They got so many fucking T-shirts. It's amazing. They're kind of cheap, but you know, sometimes you gotta rock things you like. And that's me, man. I'm a T-shirt and jeans guy. I used to dig heavy metal, like the movie heavy metal, or like the genre. Because to me, heavy metal is a kind of a subgenre of all the different metal of all of metalldom. Like for me, heavy metal is like Wasp. Even Striper, the Christian band, that's heavy metal. I can some of that I consider that heavy metal. Yeah, that type of metal. Someone would say that's just glam, like Poison and them, glam metal. But to me, that's metal or heavy metal. But if you're talking about the comics and the movies, fucking love that shit. Got to check that out again. Heavy Metal 2000. What was the one with Michael Ironside? I think that was Heavy Metal 2000. Yeah, that one was cool too. It's like, my name is Tyler. I am Tyler. I think that's what his name was, Tyler. Yeah, Michael Ironside, he almost played RoboCop. I'm more alternative rock than anything. Yeah, I like alternative rock too. I like alternative metal too. I think some of the best shit is alternative metal because it's like it's like alternative rock and then metal put together. It's kind of a weird. It's like a genre that kind of popped up in the aughts that no one really gave a fuck about because it was kind of underground, and a lot of the bands were like melodic metal or like kind of a different form of metal that kind of went and did some alt metal albums. But when I think of like alternative rock, I don't know. I guess I think of kind of like Pearl Jam and like that type of stuff, the Seattle scene. But then there's also like alternative metal bands that were kind of like those Roadrunner bands, like 36 Crazy Fists and was it Spine Shank and a bunch of bands, Il Nino. Some of my bands that I liked, favorite bands that came out of like Scandinavia. A lot of them turned alternative metal in the early aughts, and I didn't have a problem with it. I liked a lot of it because they were taking chances with shit. They were swinging. You always gotta swing. You always gotta take chances. Swing for the fences. Roadrunner United. No, And if I listen to my favorite stuff all the time, I'll kill it. You just play it out. I don't like playing things out anymore. Especially if I find something I really like, I'm like, whoa, I like this. like a band or an album, like I'm not gonna play this out. Now I step back. Or if there's a restaurant I like whoa, this sandwich, these French fries, yeah, I'm not gonna come here that much. I don't want to play this fucking place out. It's weird, I know, but that's just yeah, kind of weird like that. Yeah, typo negative. Okay, yeah, typo negative's cool. I never really got into them that much, but yeah, they're pretty awesome. My buddy's really into them, kind of goth metal. Yeah, they'd be goth metal. I would probably consider them goth metal. I mean, it just really depends on who you're talking to. Peter Still. Kind of punk in a way, too. Very blue collar, New York. Gotta respect that shit. It's always cool when there's like someone that really sticks out. That band always has. Yeah, I got to start listening to more music when I draw. I'm trying to come up with a schedule for 2026. So I got to work on my stuff. It's usually I'm listening to like stupid like live streams and like this and podcasts and documentaries, but just gonna put on some albums sometimes. Let's listen to some music and draw, and then do these live streams. These are fun for me. 69 Eyes. Want to check that out. Dude was right about putting some scars on this guy, though. But I don't want to, for some reason, I don't want to scarp his face too much. But yeah, some scars would be pretty cool. Maybe one like that. We got some puncture kind of dips right there. He might get a scar on the face. They always look badass. Yeah, maybe like a scar coming down the leg like that. Gotta kind of have, because scars kind of got that little, I don't know, you gotta draw them different ways sometimes. Been through some shit. This is an older Crom. Very old man Logan. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people like doing the old man Logan shit. I'm no different. I like Sisu and Taken, you know, and Expendables. It's cool seeing the old guys kick ass. I wish I had went and saw Sisu too, man. I'm disappointed in myself. I was really looking forward to that movie. I really was. Now I'm gonna have to catch it on TV. That was one that should have been seen in the movies. Yeah, most definitely. All right. Shut up and draw. That would be a good name for it. That'd be a good t-shirt, I think. Shut up and draw. I think artists too, like that's the thing now. You can't just be like a comic book artist, you know, like especially if you want to make it your full-time job, you got to branch out. You got to do, you know, maybe make some t-shirts, sell prints, try to get into the cons, have a couple comics, commissions. It's a crazy world, man. Maybe write a little bit too. Nothing too crazy, but gotta have maybe have a YouTube channel or some type of like thing where you can kind of connect with people like this, you know. Thanks, man. It's weird. You gotta do that nowadays, I think. Almost got my web store up. I have to for the art. I was taking scans of the art that I was selling, and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I need to take actual pictures of me right here, or not me, but of the artwork on this board, so people could see it's a physical artwork. You know, it's not a scan. And you'll see if anyone buys my artwork, you're going to see the whiteout on there. You're going to see all the shit. You know. You can it could be a talking point. Like, oh, this is where Matt Burke fucked up his piece and went in there and fixed it, you know. If I smoked cigarettes, you'd smell the cigarettes on there, all that good shit. Here we go. I dig that, man. That's what I like about kind of this kind of comic book style art. You get to see. I look for the whiteout, the white paint. I look for the mistakes, the coffee stains, the rips, the tears, everything, man. I love that stuff. You know. Draw Beavis and Butthead, ResTuber 101. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. Beavis and Butthead would be fun to draw. Oh, man. I don't think I've never drawn them before. But I could have just draw them. Razors. So, dude. I just go around trolling until I make friends. It works fairly well on my behalf. No, dude, a lot of people do that. That's fine. Draw a unicorn. I probably would. If I did, it would be a woolly rhinoceros. Beavis and Butthead, I'd probably draw them, but I'd want to have them probably doing battle or something, you know? Like maybe fighting each other. Something like that. I couldn't just have them standing there. You know? That's how my brain thinks. That's how my brain works, sorry. Draw Boba Fett. Yeah, Boba Fett. Boba Fett's pretty cool. He's pretty badass. Yeah. The Book of Boba. Drinking a boba. I had a boba last night. I had a dirty horchata. You guys ever had a dirty horchata? It's an horchata with coffee in it with a shot of espresso inside of it. It's pretty good. Hi, how you doing, man? Light free. I like cheese. Yeah, who doesn't like cheese, man? Cheese is like the perfect thing for like if you're on a diet and you want to kind of do carnivore. You just do like grilled chicken and cheese, man. Just take like some nice Gouda to work with you or some mozzarella. Nice roasted chicken or grilled chicken. Dude, you will lose weight quick. Just fast for like 16 hours. Stop eating dinner. Stop eating at like 9 o'clock and then don't eat till like 1 o'clock the next day. You're good. I eat like shit. Yeah, I eat shit too, man. I eat like shit too, especially right now. I'm having a rough week. I'm not even, I've been trying, but it's just like the holidays. It's hard to diet. We all know that. And I was doing good, but then I've been having a rare week, man. So like today, I just said F it, yeah, actually yesterday. I don't care. I don't eat shit. Yeah. I had a filthy horchata, which is horchata with tequila. Oh, okay. That sounds good. Yeah, horchata is just really refreshing, especially like on a hot summer day. But I went to this place called It's Boba Time. It's the name of the chain. It's called It's Boba Time. They had one there. It was really good. It's delicious. Yeah, I was gonna get another shot too, which I should have. I've been falling asleep like quick. It's the weather. You get all like snuggled up, and I don't know. A lot of you guys are probably dads. You probably have your dad chair. I got my dad chair. I sit in my dad chair and I fall asleep. Like, get up, after work. You know what I'm talking about. You guys work probably too. You get home from work, you sit in your chair, you eat dinner, and then after that, you're just like, oh man, it's kind of cold. And then you got to like pry yourself. You like battle yourself to get out of that chair and get up and go to the drawing board or go read a book or, do a live stream or something. It's been a challenge. That's actually maybe the past 2 weeks, just because it's been like kind of getting a little cooler out. Let's see here. Yeah, horchata's fucking lit. Yeah, it is, dude. It's delicious. How Brian Bosworth's Stone Cold? I don't know. I have been having a tough 5 years ever since May. Started a diet and lost 30 pounds. Now I just started eating like shit again. Don't know how I'm gonna lose weight. I'm not a dietitian or anything like that, but try fasting, bro. I'm at 215 right now, and I was at 225, and I lost 10 pounds like in a weekend from just fasting. And then if you kind of fast and do a little bit of exercise, you'll burn fat. And then if you're fasting and do like carnivore, just like meats, cheeses, avocado, you will burn a lot of fat, dude, without even exercising. I was losing weight without exercising. My problem is I usually load up on the weekends. I eat really bad on the weekends. Me and the family go out, we eat. We have fun, Fasting though, and another thing about fasting is it reboots your system. So I normally have allergies, and then since I started fasting this year, it wiped out all my allergies because just your body starts attacking the dead cells and flushes them out and brings in the new ones. So I know that's what it is. And for a while, I was just seeing if I could lose weight without exercising. It was just like just on general principle. It was like, can I lose weight without even exercising? And I was doing it. So like, again, the hack is you stop eating at like try to just eat like carnivore style if you can. You don't have to, but if you stop eating at like 9 o'clock and then wait till 1 the next day, that's a 16-hour fast already. And you could drink black coffee and water and tea. And the black coffee is already going to speed up your fat burning as well. It's going to make you burn fat, and it's going to pump blood. It's good through your skin. It's not too much. You want to drink black coffee, no sugar whatsoever, no carbs whatsoever. And if you go for a walk during that time, it's going to help out a lot. Just a simple walk. Try to walk for 30 minutes to an hour. And then once if you could start like doing push-ups in there, just start doing that, you'll see a dramatic change in weight loss. And I would recommend too, do not weigh yourself every day. Do it like once a week. That's my, that's my new thing is because I was weighing myself every day, every single day. And my whole thing was if I could lose half a pound a day, that's a gain. Half a pound. Because I'm used to weighing like 180, and I got a new job where, it's a little different now. So now I'm at I ballooned up to 225. But my whole life I've been like 175, 180, about 190. But I never, I always wanted to get to like 200 pounds, but I wanted to be like 200 pounds of muscle. But the thing is, you could look like you got 200 pounds of muscle and be 175 if you get down, if you're like in the gym working out. That's totally, You could totally do that. It's all in like the muscle weight and the muscle mass. I didn't know that, but now I do. Are you from Thought Slayer? Are you from Alaska? No, I'm not. Alaska's beautiful, but it looks very, very depressing. If I moved up there, I'd have to leave the lights on all day and night just to fucking not feel that way. Let's see. I honestly don't care about muscle. Just want to live long. Yeah, same here, man. I want to get like that Kevin Bacon, physique. Just thin. You know what I mean? I want to live a long time, brother. I want to be living to like 100. I'm from Alaska. Oh, you are? Cool, man. Yeah, I'd like to. I want to go to the Kodiak Islands and check out those big Kodiak bears. I actually have them in one of my stories because they're so big and awesome. But yeah, I hear that place is pretty depressing. If you don't know how to live there, because of the weather and whatnot, it's kind of doom and gloomy. So for me, whenever I feel like that, I fucking turn the lights on, and it changes my whole attitude. Just like that in a snap, dude. And right now it's a complete shithole, and I'm a fighter pilot. Oh shit. It is right now. Damn. What meal do you usually eat for breaking your fast? For me, I would if I had my choice, I would just straight up eat chicken, because chicken has more protein than beef even. I didn't know that, but now I know. I was doing just the Costco chicken, man. I was buying like roasted Costco chickens. They're done. But if you could do it yourself, you could just like put them in the crock pot, eat the chicken like that. And then you can have different like seasonings for your chicken. So there's that. You can also do boiled eggs. Do boiled eggs, and you can have different seasonings for the boiled eggs. You can do like one could be like a Cajun one could be like a tahine, like Mexican style one. One could be, salt and pepper, garlic salt. You can have a flight of fucking boiled eggs, and they'll fill you up. Even like 4 of them with some chicken and some like some string cheese or some Gouda cheese. Have fun with it. So you just have eggs, boiled eggs, chicken, and some cheese, and you'll be fine, dude. That's what I would recommend. And once you get into the hang of it, like you get used to it, And it's not so much about like. I mean, you could switch it up too, but you can get conditioned. You can condition yourself to it. And once you start seeing the results, you're not going to care too much. Personally, I think like I was eating peanut butter and jelly for lunch for many years, I was, and I love food. And I always just felt like if I'm at work, like I ain't got time to enjoy my food. So fuck it. I'm just going to treat food as fuel. Now I treat food as fuel because I'm trying to like be healthier and be a healthier version of me in my 40s, and I want to live longer. I want to be like 100. Let's see here. Are you from Canada? No, I'm not. I'm from California. No sunlight right now. Damn, that's metal. That's fucking metal. That's like yeah, all you guys up there, even in Scandinavia. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, try that out, man. See how it works. You basically make like a flight of boiled eggs, and also remember deviled eggs. Deviled eggs is carnivore. Mayonnaise is carnivore because it comes from eggs, I think, most of it. But I think the sweet spot isn't carnivore, it's ketovore. You know what I mean? Ketovore. It's like for me, like I could, yeah. It's like I wouldn't give up rice. Like that's a hard thing for me to give up. And potatoes, you got to be careful with that. Pasta, no problem. Bread, no problem. Fuck bread, I don't need bread. But potatoes, I like potatoes. And rice, I don't see a problem with rice. I'm sorry, I don't see a big. As long as you can, you could wash your rice and let it like dry overnight or whatever to clean it. But I mean, look at Asia. They live great. They eat rice all the time. Fuck it. So I think ketovore is like the way to do it. A little bit of fruits and vegetables, it's fine. I think the main thing is fasting though. The main thing is fasting. Yeah, carbs. I would say, Cobart, you're an animal, bro. Yes, I am an animal. Yeah, I think the main thing is the pastas and the breads. Pizza is the worst culprit. Also popcorn and ice cream. Those are the things you got to watch out for. Pizza, popcorn, and ice cream. Bread, pasta, potatoes. But I'll usually I end up eating like chicken and rice. This whole week I ate turkey and mashed potatoes. I was losing weight, but I was also drinking like I think I had Dunkin' Donuts coffee. That'll fuck up the whole week. You know that you're done. The week's done. But if you just stick to a strict diet of just like black coffee and everything, you'll be good. After about 30 days, you're already conditioned and you're locked in. You're good to go. Let's see here. See, Asians eat one rice per meal. Sometimes I eat potatoes at lunch, and this lunch is like a plate full of greens, protein, and only a handful of roast potatoes. Then I come home and I literally go ham and eat. Yeah, that's what I do too. I do the same thing. Yeah, eat more chicken. Chicken's where it's at because it's all protein. So if you're losing, weight, the protein of the chicken is greater than that of beef or pork. Chicken's where it's at, like roasted chicken and grilled chicken. Try to barbecue chicken, save a bunch of it. I like Greek chicken, marinate it like Greek style. You could do like some fresh squeezed lemon, Italian parsley, garlic, salt, pepper. Chop that shit up. Let it soak on some chicken breasts or boneless skin thighs in the fridge overnight. Grill that shit up. It'll be delicious. Could have some Greek yogurt with some fresh dill. That's great in there. A little bit of hummus. Those things are good too. The problem is when you start adding the pita bread, that's when the carbs start coming in. There's also a little bit of carbs in hummus, but just even the grilled style of just the yogurt and the chicken is delicious. It's delicious. But yeah, chicken's where it's at. Yeah. Yep. But I ain't really too concerned about that too much. I'm just gonna start, like everybody else in January and kick it off. It's just too much temptation right now during the holidays, and we got like 2 more weeks to get through this shit. So, but it's good shit, right? For a little bit. But I think I'm probably gonna get going, guys. I'm gonna go finish that Frankie Frico movie. I'm gonna watch that, and I'm gonna look for Mega Beast, that werewolf cyborg movie that with Kane Hodder. And then I'm gonna try to do another live stream, probably Sunday. Most people aren't really around on Sunday, but I'm gonna probably be around Sunday or Monday. Yeah, Sunday night. So, but I had a blast hanging with y'all and drawing this King Crom piece. I think I got probably about one more stream. I'm gonna let this not cook, but simmer, and then gotta see what else I want to do to it. What else needs to be added? And yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope you guys have a prosperous weekend, a prosperous week, and always remember to be bold, be brave, and roll the bones to know you roll. And also remember, if the artist isn't starving, then the artist isn't hungry. I'll see you guys. Stay metal.